We're alive.
All right.
What's up, everybody? So, Gawgia here in studio with Jritt. It is the first round of the NFL draft. We're very excited, and we're watching it here. We don't want to get copyrighted, so you can't hear it, but we will relay all that information to you guys. Having fun. Hopefully, you guys are excited. I'm ready to see what the Seahawks do. Obviously, with the Seahawks jersey, ready to see what the Falcons do at 8. I know Captain Minnesota over here is ready to see what the Vikings can do.
I am.
So, in true Kansas City fashion, we got barbecue here, a little pulled pork. We got Southern barbecue. It's not Kansas City barbecue, but it's real barbecue, and that's how I feel about that. So, if you have been paying attention to Bro Opinions, we did go over kind of a rough draft first round. Now, we didn't take a lot of linemen in that, so don't know how correct that is going to be. But the draft starts in about 2 minutes. But do you think we got like around the first 5? I think the first 5.
I think the first 5. The only one that I think is the wild card at the moment is somebody's going to take Trubisky 2.0 and Will Levis.
Yeah.
Will Levis is going to go top 5. Like, it's just going to happen. I don't know why. And I don't know what world we live in where that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't get
but
it.
It's going to happen.
I hope that it's not a thing. Anybody that is listening knows I'm not big on Will Levis at all. I actually think he's going to be the biggest bust of this draft. But, there are pundits wrong every day. Even Todd McShay doesn't get everything right. So we'll see. But the hype around Levis has been for real, for sure. So,
and it doesn't hurt that he's got a backer like Peyton Manning in his camp. Peyton Manning, in an interview the other day, said that it looks like the kid was bioengineered for an NFL quarterback.
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
If you've got Peyton Manning going, no, it'll be great.
I was about to say, an NFL Hall of Famer, former number 1 overall pick. I mean, kind of helps.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know he said that. I'm behind on the times here. We are 30 seconds out from it kicking off. But I think Bryce Young is who I think we all thought was going to go first. I think that's what happens tonight when Goodell kicks it off here in Kansas City. I like the layout of Kansas City and what they're doing. It looks pretty good. It's not Nashville. We have talked about. There's been a lot of people talk about the insanity that Nashville was. I can't remember who it went on. It may have been Schefter or maybe in Rappaport that was like, I think they should just host it in Nashville every 3 years.
I mean, that would be pretty insane.
Well, they just did an aerial shot. Kansas City's pretty packed. I don't think it's like it was on in Nashville on Broadway, but there's a lot of people at the draft. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, if you're talking about the draft, you've also got to have talk about 2 of the biggest impacts on this draft that have happened over the last 2 days. You got to talk about Rodgers getting traded officially now to the New York Jets.
Big news. That finally got done.
And it just happened a couple hours ago. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens finally agreed on a contract to make him the highest paid player in NFL history.
Yeah. Highest paid player ever. I think a lot of people, especially the Falcons, were getting dogged pretty hard for not ponying up the money. And the further we went, I thought it was going to be that Rodgers was going to wait for Lamar to get paid, and then figure something out with the Jets. And Lamar just won that battle of attrition and waited until Rodgers got done with the Jets. And it was like, okay, see, can we,
Well, it helped with Jalen Hurts kind of setting a precedent. I mean, you had a quarterback who to me is just as talented as Lamar Jackson, that goes to the Super Bowl, doesn't actually lose by much to the Chiefs.
No, it was a good Super Bowl.
He had a great game too.
Yeah,
let's not. I mean, that loss was not on him, but
I don't know whether we can say any of the losses on one. I mean, you're going up against Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes is a magician. So, you look at things and you're like, oh, well, maybe this happened, maybe that happened, but it's hard to beat Mahomes.
Magical something.
Unless you're Cincinnati.
Yeah. But no, like Jalen Hurts, though, and his contract setting the precedent. If you actually look at Lamar's contract, it's actually very similar to the baseline of Hurts.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's 260, I think, is the base of the contract, but it's 185 guaranteed. So I think Jalen's was, 252 with 175 guaranteed?
Yeah.
I mean, very, very similar.
So tonight, a lot of boys' lives are going to change. I think I'm looking at, and a lot of the pundits were also agreeable, that Jalen Carter, who it's been a very roller coaster ride for him up and down.
That poor kid.
To go to Seattle at 5, I think it's a perfect landing spot. I said that on Bro Opinions. and now that we're looking at it, I said on Bro Opinions that Nolan Smith was originally second, third round pick. Then the combine happened. He shoots up to a first round pick, but a lower end of the first round. And now we're looking at people who are saying, oh, he's top 12. And
I was about to say top 12, top 15 for sure was the last thing that came out. And I mean, with the talent that he's got and the numbers he put up at the combine, I mean, it's not really that big of a surprise.
Yeah, he's such a good athlete.
Mm-hmm.
He did really well at Georgia. Didn't play the last bit of this last season with the torn pec, but
those combine stats have a lot to do with it, though, because you got to look at, I mean, even in the 2022 draft, I mean, was it Trayvon Walker's combine was what helped a lot of people shoot him up over Aiden Hutchinson.
Number one overall.
Number one overall. And don't get me wrong, he had a great rookie year. But Aiden Hutchinson just played like a man on a mission. Like you could tell that he felt snubbed by going number 2, and he played with that chip on his shoulder all year.
Can you imagine being that guy? Like, I am so mad I'm number 2 in the draft. Like, the mental frame of being that hard going, no, I'm not going to wrestle my morals that, I went number 2 in the draft. No, he was mad that he went number 2 in the draft and used that as inspiration. It's awesome.
Well, did you share the story that came out this week about, what was it, Nick Bosa, the year Kyler Murray went number 1 overall?
Yeah.
I'm going to haunt y'all for forever.
But
you don't take me number 1.
But it's like it's a boat. Like they're just programmed to be.
Yeah, those just Bosa's just a different.
Yeah, that whole family's so good at football. It's ridiculous. So, just a little bit on the spread. We got some pulled pork here. We got ribs. We got wings. And for anybody that doesn't know, this right here is Alabama white sauce. That's why it looks different. All this is regular barbecue sauce. But the Alabama white sauce is awesome. So if you have an opportunity to have it, you should definitely check it out. I think it's great. Vinegar and mayonnaise.
In Alabama sauce?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stay away from that. That's gonna be
okay. Well,
that's gonna be all
it's
you.
Mine. And keep an eye out for Jukes mayo because Jukes is awesome. But Kansas City supposed to be a great draft. I'm looking forward to the QB controversy finally getting settled. We've been talking about it for like 3 months. Podcast has been talking about it. Pat McAfee's been talking about it on his show. Everybody. Not only did you have the QB controversy with Lamar and Aaron Rodgers and all this stuff, you've got these QBs that are coming in. Anthony Richardson hitting the roof on a throw, which was funny to me because one of the guys reviewing it, he was like, okay, he hit a roof, but like, was there a wide receiver on the roof? Because like, why would you, like, I don't understand why you do that if there's not a wide out there. I don't know why everybody's going crazy, which I thought was funny. But the Levis thing, CJ versus Bryce, who's going to go? And then the very crazy trade with Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina trading up for the number 1 pick, them and the Chicago Bears.
And then shopping the pick away, which makes no sense.
Hey, but at least it's down to draft day. We know now, that they have it for sure with the number 1 pick.
Yeah, well, I mean, they could trade. There's always trades. Less likely in the first round. Those usually hits 2, 3, 4. But I think they'll keep the first pick. Honestly, I think Bryce is the guy. I would not be surprised if CJ comes out and gets the first pick. I would be shook if Levis is the first pick and goes to Carolina. But as a guy that watches the Falcons, I mean, I'm okay with playing Will Levis, Baker Mayfield, and who's in Tampa Bay now?
No, Baker's in Tampa.
Oh, Baker's in Tampa.
Baker's in Tampa. No, Derek Carr.
Derek Carr in New Orleans. Sorry, Saints fans, but I don't pay attention to the Saints.
No, Derek Carr is actually a pretty large upgrade over. I mean, no offense to Andy Dalton, he had a few really good years when he first came into the league in Cincinnati, and I mean he's still a reliable backup to have. But I just think his days of being a starter in the NFL are probably done.
Yeah, he's a solid backup if you need somebody to come in, like the Chiefs did in the AFC Championship game. They needed, and you'll know his name,
Chad Henne
to come in, because I was going to say Heineken. I was like, nope, that's Washington. That's the thing. Henne to come out, run a drive, get the touchdown. So I think Dalton is more in that role now.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I'd love to play in the NFL for however many years he's been there and then still be able to be back up. That'd be dope.
I was about to say, with Henne retiring, they actually just, I think it was yesterday or the day before, they actually signed their new reliable backup, hopefully, in Blaine Gabbert. And so the Chiefs have signed to be their new backup.
Don't know that's going to work out.
Hey, Blaine had a couple of good years. Now, he was very, very green when he came in, and he should have been allowed to sit for some time before.
Yeah.
But,
well, I'm always hesitant when they start QBs right out the gate, because if you throw like Sauce Gardner that way, yeah, he was ready. He's good to go. Yeah. You get linebackers, I think it's easier to learn it on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
But throwing a QB out there with these edge rushers and the linemen that have been doing it 5 or 6 years, understand the pace of the game and all these things, dude, it's crazy. It never really works out.
Right.
Like, nobody's just went into the league, took over, and was like, nah, we're good, bro. And now we're looking at Goodell is out there with there's Eric Stone Street is out. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we're finally getting underway.
Pretty sure he's known for his role in, was it Modern Family?
Yeah. And now we have the Lombardi coming out.
Being hoisted by Mr. Mahomes himself.
Kelsey right there, of course. It's almost like they could throw that and it would be a touchdown. It's ridiculous. It's kind of nuts at how often you hear, oh, well, it's Mahomes to Kelsey for a touchdown. Mahomes to Kelsey for a touchdown. Like, it's crazy.
I have to give Patrick Mahomes props for what he did this offseason. He made a very Tom Brady-inspired move to me when he actually took a pay cut in order to try to help his team build and continue to keep pieces together from that championship team. And so that to me that's just something that really deserves some true praise.
Yeah, and so Brady's in that. I love when people want to do that. Just to help their team win. It endears you to a city. People love that. And that's a hard decision.
It is.
I mean, I get, trust me, do I understand people that are like, oh, you're taking $20 million less, but you're still making 170 instead of 200, Like, what are you going to do with $170 million? Don't worry. I get it. But on the flip side, it's still $30 million that you could make.
True.
But you get, hey, we can go win some more. And he's honestly been pretty protected. Goodell's talking.
It's kind of like what Hurts said after he signed his contract.
Oh, yeah.
Money's nice, but championships are better.
Love that. Carolina is on the clock. So we got 10 minutes. Oh, man. So I think I'm going to dig into one of these wings. So
go for it.
What's up? What's up, guys? We're going to eat.
But yeah, this should be a very interesting one. Unfortunately, I think with the way that the contract worked out with Lamar and them already having signed their backup in Tyler Huntley, I believe that's his name. I mean, that pretty much sets them up for success at quarterback. I was really hoping that with the success that Stetson Bennett had at Georgia and having that connection to the new offensive coordinator in Baltimore with Todd Monken, I was really hoping that in one of the later rounds they might take a flyer on Stetson just to keep him in a comfortable space. But
yeah, I think Baltimore's set now.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to take on a rookie contract.
No.
If they did, it would be a sign-on. It wouldn't be a draft. It would be a free agent.
Oh yeah.
After the draft. Oh, there's Mel Kiper talking about something. So, yeah, that's the big thing with Bryce Young. So, we'll look at it. We'll look at film of Bryce Young now. But 5'10", 204, not the exact opposite of Will Levis in size, but I think it's the exact opposite of Will Levis, and he knows how to play good football. So,
he's much more of a Russell Wilson style, like Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, along those lines. But, I mean, quarterbacks of, I don't want to say a smaller stature, but not quite as tall as some of the other ones, have still found good success in the league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm an SEC fan. I'm a Georgia fan, so I've watched, but I love college football. And I'm not saying that college is the same thing as NFL. It's a completely different game. A number of players have come out and said that. But having the basis helps a lot, and he's got that. And I've watched him play a lot of football. And you don't win the Heisman because you're not good. Like, that's just not a thing. So.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like, in my personal opinion, I'm a little biased because I am an SEC fan. I don't think that there's a division in football, in college football anyway, that prepares you more for what you're going to see at the NFL level than the SEC.
No, I'm in complete agreement with that. I think the defenses that you look at that will get you prepared is an SEC defense, Michigan, Ohio State, like these big name programs. But and I don't want to just drag on anybody, but I don't think the Pac-12 defenses get you ready for that kind of stuff. We looked at Lincoln Riley's team, and they couldn't stop anything. And that was with Tulane. And not to take anything away from Tulane, like, they had a great season. It was a great win, and they executed in their bowl game to be able to beat USC, and that's awesome. But they wouldn't have done that to an SEC defense. They just wouldn't have done it. Like, and I don't think that's too far of a stretch. I think we can agree on that. So, Panthers people are very excited, but I don't know. I think I'm antsy because this kind of like domino affects everything. If Bryce hits, then CJ is going to go. Well, you don't know because the NFL draft's crazy. But you would expect CJ to go next with Houston. They need a quarterback.
It really just depends. There was a story that came out that said Houston was really only in love with one of the quarterbacks. So if the one that falls to them at number 2 isn't the one that they were looking for, they could very well trade out of that number 2 spot or take a defense.
If they don't go quarterback, Houston just doesn't want to win football games. Like, you need a quarterback in Houston. You have a great set of quarterbacks here.
Yes, but if you have the chance to take a great quarterback and trade back and get some more capital from it.
Everybody's so in love with Levis. I don't get it. But you're not going to trade back and get Levis. A Hendon Hooker,
I was about to say,
drastically underrated player and QB in this. We don't talk about him enough. Coming out of Tennessee.
Yep.
I'd love that. Like, Hendon Hooker was really, really good at Tennessee this year. So I think that's a big possibility if they do want to trade out of it. I think I just can't imagine somebody not going with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young in the first 2 picks. And yes, I know I'm getting it with my fingers. It's my barbecue. Relax. They're still on the clock. It looks like Carolina's going to take the whole, 10 minutes. Make it a little dramatic. Have some fun. Oh, we got comments. Hang on. We're not one of these big productions. I got to come read the comments, guys. Where are the wings from? And it looks like a great party. Thank you. It does look like a great party. So excited. And these wings are local. It's a local business in Georgia called Moe's. And no, it's not Welcome to Moe's. It's not the chain. It is a local barbecue place on Broad Street. So Moe's Barbecue. Shout out you guys. Delicious wings. They're awesome. And if you guys have comments, please throw it in there. We'll do our best to answer. We may not have all the answers. Hell, we may not have any of the answers. I don't know. We're just two stooges over here that love the NFL and are excited about draft night.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out Moe's to these delicious wings. And the pulled pork. I mean, it's all good. It's barbecue. Like, who doesn't love barbecue?
I was joking earlier today, and I was just like, yeah, tonight, millions of people around the world's dreams come true.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and I mean, it's really good for the players that are going in the draft, too. So, because, you got all these fans that are hoping, praying that we land, the quarterback of the future, that one defensive piece we need to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, just that one guy. We only need one guy. Guys, you won 4 games last year. Nope, we only need one dude. That was the biggest thing. That middle linebacker position, we were just terrible. They ran up the middle every play. It's not that you average 12 points a game. That's cool. Oh, the Panthers pick is in. Oh, man, they dragged this out. They love dragging it out in the first round.
No, well, that's because, hey, NFL GMs, man, they're going to be savvy about it. They're going to wait to see.
Nope, it looks like they did take Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
I think Bryce Young is the one that was picked right there.
Wow.
So Bryce Young, number 1 overall. For opinions, was right at number 1.
I'm not mad at that pick.
I'm not either. I think Bryce has the best mentality, like football mentality. I think he studies really hard. Anybody that comes out of a Saban coach team, it's like they're prepared. I do think he has a little bit to prove in his size, but I think you're right with the Drew Brees comparison and everything. He can find success. Will he find success in Carolina? I think it helps because what Carolina did so well last year was the run game.
Yeah.
Like even losing CMC, which is crazy to me, I still can't. Like that trade still just blows my mind that they traded CMC. But I think it's set up well with play action to give him extra time, and with the running backs there being good blocking running backs.
See, I think one of the keys to him, like they've done a good job of setting him up with some veteran players in this offseason. I mean, they've signed Adam Thielen. They've signed DJ Chark. They signed Miles Sanders. There is good veteran leadership on the offensive side of that team.
Lions, and
Eagles.
Philly. Yeah.
But I think they signed Hayden Hurst too. I might be wrong, but I think
he moved last year. He played 1 year
with Atlanta, and then he went back to Cincinnati last year.
Gotcha.
But I do believe that they signed him. I could be wrong. But
I don't know that one for sure, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna guess.
No.
Our friend John the Stone was he's very quick on this too. Like they're encyclopedias of knowledge.
Yeah, he actually just commented on that saying we got that one right. John the Stone.
Hey John, shout out John the Stone. What's up, man? We got one.
Opinions podcast.
And what was our over under? 8, I think is what we said. Was it 8? I think Bryce looks very dapper. He's got a good outfit. He doesn't look nervous, which is a thing. So that's a big payday for Bryce Young. Way to go.
Well, he's going into a good position.
Yeah.
Frank Wright.
All right, over under at 8. How did you read that? That's incredible. I'm like blind over here, I guess.
But Frank Wright, severely underrated head coach. Great with quarterbacks. Maybe not so much with Carson Wentz, but, other quarterbacks.
Poor old Carson Wentz.
But he's great with quarterbacks. They've got the veteran Josh McCown, who was in the league for years, is the quarterback coach there now.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. So he's going into a place where I think they're going to nourish him and bring out the best in him. And so
we've talked a lot about like systems, where people need to be, and if that culture works for the player. And that was big with Jalen Carter. With me, I think Seattle is a great spot for him because of the way Pete Carroll runs it, because of the way the defense runs in Seattle, things like that. I agree. I think the core of Carolina is going to work well for Bryce.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we are 5 minutes in, and Houston's been on the clock for 5 minutes with the second pick, which in Bro Opinions we said was going to be. Oh, he dropped something.
Sorry, that was my phone.
At least it wasn't a wing. Okay. So second we said was going to be CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody that hasn't watched the podcast yet, we did it like John the Stone would pick first, and then I picked, and then Nikki P would pick, and then we would do it that way. So it wasn't like a general consensus of who would go. So shout out John the Stone for the first pick. Got it right, did well. But Mel's top player available
is Will Anderson or
Jalen Carter.
Oh, Jalen Carter.
Says Will Anderson is now number 2.
Oh.
I don't think that's where Houston goes. Houston does have their pick in. I just don't think it. Ooh, can you see that one? Because it's a long time.
Yeah, no, that was John. He was just saying we have Houston taking Stroud here.
Oh, thank you, John the Stone, for keeping us updated. Hopefully you're enjoying draft night as well as us. Shout out to the fantasy league we're in. What's up, boys? Hopefully you guys are watching. And the rookie draft is coming up Sunday. I think we decided on 7.
Yeah.
So don't worry, I got you.
Also, you probably going to have to proxy for me on that.
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
going to be at work.
I got you. But here we go. The pick is in. We've got CJ Stroud here at Bro Opinions.
Which,
do you think it's, or do you think that, well, no, if the pick's in, they're not trading back.
No, to me, CJ Stroud would do so much for this team. So much for this team. Damian Pierce at running back. You got John Mechie coming off of, he battled cancer all last year, missed his entire rookie season, but he's coming back. Now,
great athlete.
Oh, yeah, tremendous at Alabama. And I do believe, though, that they're probably going to look for some more playmakers a little bit later in the draft.
But they need it. I think Houston knows they need a lot in a lot of different spots.
But even just that core, those core 3 would be huge compared to last year. Huge.
Yeah.
No
David Mills.
No offense to Davis Mills. But,
sorry. Oh, Davis, I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry, Houston, but we know it wasn't a great season for you guys. It really wasn't. You had the running back that went fantasy happy. That surely happened. But that was the whole offense. So
Nikki P saying he believes they take Anderson here with this pick.
Oh, so Nikki P going Will Anderson second. I will say, just because I have a special place in my heart for Georgia players, I hope it's not Jalen Carter. I would rather it be CJ Stroud or Will Anderson. I really, really, really want Carter to go to Seattle. I have no idea why at all. How are you seeing that? That's the most incredible thing. You can read that.
Personally, I think they take Anderson, but
Opinions mock draft with Stroud. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he said, "Nah, John's wrong." Ooh, they getting in an argument already.
They debating on the chat. That's okay. But yeah, no, I just
debating. We'll just clarify.
But I just think, and what we're about to hear the selection now, but to me, it just has to be offense.
I do too.
CJ Stroud.
Ohio State goes number 2. We are 2 for 2, Bro Opinions. We are 2 for 2. We might hit the over, boys.
Let's go. We got 2, he says.
We got 2.
No, this is a great selection for Houston. I'm sorry, but the way that this kid played in the playoffs this year against
Georgia. Torched Georgia.
Dude, no, don't get me wrong. A lot of it had to do with Marvin Harrison Jr. But CJ Stroud still had to, he had one of the best games of his career against a pretty elite defense.
It was running.
Yeah.
And Georgia was not prepared for him to run at all. It was very apparent.
He showed a different side of his game, and it was just very impressive. This is great selection for Houston.
And I've watched interviews with C.J. Stroud. I think he's quiet in the way Nick Chubb is quiet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's boastful or anything. I don't think he's being a jerk. I just think he's just like calm and
Focused.
does what he does. And I think that's great coming in as a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very excited to see what Houston can do.
D'Amico Ryans is going to be super excited.
But they still need help.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Houston needs help going through the draft here. So I think he needs another playmaker. If Houston has another first-round draft and Jackson and Jigba kind of falls, that would be some dirty stuff.
That's harsh.
Uh-oh.
Nicky Peace, bust.
Savage from Nicky P. I think it's a good pick. I still think they need a lot of help. Houston still, but this is a great central pick to start. I still don't know how I cannot read any.
I love it. John's comment at the bottom. Imagine taking Will Levis, or imagine taking CJ Stroud with Will Levis on the board. Sheesh.
Oh my gosh. The Will Levis train is hard. Let's see if I can fix this. No, I can't. Oh no. So I can't make it bigger. I guess Jeremy's just gonna have to, or Jritt is just gonna have to like read everything because I cannot see. And I'm very sorry.
Well, I was going to say, if I can find my phone, there it is. I've got a little solution.
Oh, we could just read them off your phone.
Yeah,
look at us.
Just pull up the stream and read.
We've only got 4 different screens going.
Hey.
So I think on Bro Opinions, we talked about the Cardinals potentially trading this pick.
Yes, there was a lot of talk of trading the pick. There was a lot of talk. With the retirement of J.J. Watt, I think it's got to be Anderson. I mean, you need a rusher to take the place of that. And
yeah, probably Will Anderson here. Who did we have? John. And don't worry, that's not copyrighted. That's us. Yep. We're just hearing ourselves.
Even John Stone says first trade about to go down.
That's what I'm saying because there's still 3 minutes on the clock. Sorry.
No, you're good.
The Stone is actually shocked that they took him. Not super surprised they need QB.
Oh, Nick, you hurt my soul. Hurting my soul with that one.
Nicky P. Why you got to ouch?
Yeah. I think, don't get me wrong. All right, so Anderson would be a great pick for them. I kind of agree with John. I think that a trade could be done too because,
yeah, I do too.
If you can trade back and still get more pieces to add to this team because,
you've got Kyler, but obviously y'all had issues with Kyler Murray on doing practice and reviewing film. I don't know why that's a thing.
I hate to say it. We're not. Obviously nobody is inside of the locker room, but there's a lot of controversy coming out of that into the public. Buda Baker asking for a trade, DeAndre Hopkins likely to be traded. J.J. Watt retiring out of nowhere. There's just, even one of their offensive linemen went after their quarterback earlier this year and then got re-signed, saying that Kyler needs to grow up and be a little more mature.
Yeah, and again, I think I'm like you. I think if you can get more value later,
yep,
then you get one of the superstars here.
Yeah.
Nicky P, you killing me, man. You killing me. But it's true.
Oh wow, what?
What?
This sounded like Houston just traded back up to the number 3 spot with Arizona.
Wait, we're listening. That's not confirmed. We don't know yet.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yo.
Wow. Back to
big news. 2 of the top 3 picks going to Houston. Is this for real?
Oh wow. That's
you guys maybe I think you guys were a little bit ahead of us.
Yeah.
The Texans traded back up. Holy
wow.
So where do you go if you're Texans?
You
just got your QB. I think Will Anderson goes.
Yeah.
This could be Jalen Carter.
I was about to say, but if you take CJ Stroud and Will Anderson back to back, can you imagine Will Anderson with D'Amico Ryans?
Sick. He would be so good. He will be an all-pro next year if he's at the Texans.
Oh, God.
He will be so good. This is crazy.
Nicky P saying Bijan or a wideout. I can see that, but They've got Damian Pierce that they took just
Yeah,
last
I don't
year.
think Bijan. If they were, I think they would go Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Oh, dude, getting Stroud and
Jackson
Jigba.
Smith. Oh,
it would be the same formula that they've done over the last.
And then if you could next year somehow get Marvin Harrison.
Oh,
the chemistry between those three players.
Pick is in though.
Here we go.
They knew exactly.
The pick is in. Yeah, they traded up to get what? Do we even know? We missed it, guys.
They haven't shown what they traded yet.
I was gonna say,
unless somebody in the comments has seen it.
Yeah, can you tell us if you guys have seen what did the Cardinals get? We called it Bro Opinions. We knew that the Cardinals were going to trade. I had no idea it was going to be the Houston Texans.
Well, it could be them trading up to potentially take somebody from their in division rivals, the Colts, because the Colts have the number 4 pick, so it might be somebody that they're scared to lose to them.
Well, it's not Will Levis. Not happening. I think this is a big Will Anderson pick. Do we still count it, Bro Opinions? If we said Will Anderson at 3 to the Cardinals, are we going to count that if it goes Will Anderson to Houston at 3? I think we should count that. I think that's 3 for 3. Jonathan Stone says yes. So I'm in with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Nick, so we all three say it. If Will Anderson goes right here, man, woo, back to back.
Well, they did say that this was going to be potentially one of the most exciting drafts in recent memory.
Yeah, a lot of players, people have been very excited about. People have watched for a long time.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. The pick is in. It's coming.
Let's say, here comes Goodell. I apologize, but I mean, it's not good barbecue if you're not licking your fingers.
Yeah, it's our barbecue, guys. It's okay. That's just how we do it. Here's Goodell.
All right, let's see what the pick is.
Will Anderson. 3 for 3, Bro Opinions. Let's go.
God, that's huge. You get a leader on the offense with number 2 and a leader on the defense with number 3. Oh.
Houston is ready to build the team of the future today.
Oh.
They are coming after it.
Massive.
This is
massive.
Ooh. And shout out to the Bro Opinions page. I'm just saying, going 3 for 3.
Sorry, I want to make sure I put that on do not disturb so that if it does vibrate, it doesn't vibrate.
Oh, you're good. And we got 7 in here. Hello, all 7 people.
Thick with 8 C's.
So who? I think we had Will Levis going to the Colts at 4. Cards got 12, 33.
Is it Levis or is it AR-15? The number 12, the number 33, the 2024 first. God dang.
Yeah, so the Cardinals got a haul there because they're going to get it 12. And then
the first round next year. I mean,
and a first rounder next. That's.
Woo. Yeah, no, Arizona.
Texans got 3 and 105. I hope Will Anderson is worth it. I watched him play a lot of football. So that was pretty good. I don't know if the Texans won that one.
Arizona made out like a band.
Yeah, man. 4 picks. Woo! Woo!
But they're obviously they're
ready
saw
to build the
something in
team.
Anderson that they wanted, though.
I can't believe that the Texans, as the last team, I would have never thought they would have went 2 and then traded up. We did say that the Cardinals were going to trade, but trust me, I had no idea it was going to be the Texans. I kind of love that they're being so aggressive. This is awesome.
I'm not going to lie. Just to get in the frame of mind, I watched Draft Day this morning, like the Kevin Costner Draft Day.
Yeah.
And this is some serious Draft Day trading. It's awesome. I love it.
So Levis is who we said at 4 to Indy. I'm not sure. We did say Indy could trade back because Levis could be picked up later.
True.
Maybe 11
or do
15.
they take the elusive AR-15?
If they have wide receivers on the roof, why wouldn't they? Jeez, I saw him at Florida do a pirouette in the top of the throwing lane and then throw it differently. The dude's got an arm. I'm not saying our AR-15 doesn't, but I'm with like 2 quarterbacks have already gone. The Texans have shown that they're being aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Indy may take Levis if that's their guy and they're that hot on him, which they need a quarterback because Matt Ryan did not work out last year. Which anybody that's an Atlanta fan could have said, "Told ya."
Yeah, they actually cut him.
I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan was the quarterback of the 2 most. Like the worst or the best comeback in Super Bowl history.
Why you got to bring that up?
And then the biggest comeback when Indy played, was it Minnesota?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Indy played Minnesota. They were up like 33-0, and they still lost the game. So that is disgusting. I'm just gonna tell you. I agree. I think if Levis goes here, they're gonna start putting mayonnaise in coffee. I do not know why. Like nobody's like, let me put.
It's not just going to be diners. It's going to be in the stadium as a purchasable drink if they take.
And they're going to charge extra for it. That's what's like a $15 coffee because they put raw egg and oil in it, which is what mayonnaise is.
It's going to cost whatever Levis's number is. It's going to be a real Levis special.
Oh, God, can you imagine they did mayonnaise and Irish cream and made it a booze drink?
Why do you got to do that?
Because let's just make it terrible. Colts pick is in. So right now, let's review. Yep. Bro Pinion's 3 for 3. Bryce Young to Carolina. C.J. Stroud to Houston. Will Anderson Jr. To Houston.
Yep.
So big. I also like that it feels like this draft is moving a little bit faster. It's kind of been a thing the past couple of years. That the draft kind of takes a little bit and they do a lot. I think that'll happen in that middle tier. The same thing we did on the podcast was, I think, pick like 13 to 20 was really difficult to figure out. I think that's where a lot of trades happen.
Yeah.
I don't know, Nikki P. 4 for 4, that would be sick. If we go 4 for 4.
All right. Let's see it. Let's see the Kentucky product.
So let's see what the Colts do. Yeah, Houston fans are going nuts at the draft itself.
I just don't see how, unless they plan on trading back into the first round later, I just don't see how they don't take a quarterback here or a trade back. Oh, yeah, no, Houston's aggressiveness was sick. Like, they truly, like, I don't know if it was, like, it could be taken a couple different ways. It's them being aggressive. It's them showing Indy, we mean business. Like, we don't care what we got to do. We're gonna make some noise this year.
I'll be honest. Watching the draft, I don't remember a team being as aggressive as what just happened.
No, that was
like that's blockbuster, legendary kind of stuff.
Now,
and yes, John Stone, it is a packed room.
Oh yeah. Now you have
room was too. Yeah.
I was about to say.
Oh, they're highlighting Anthony Richardson right now. I don't know if somebody knows something that we don't, but he's on the screen. The Colts pick is in. Is it AR-15?
It's either AR-15 or Will Levis. If it's not one of those two, it's
crazy.
I don't know.
Here we go. Goodell is on there. We're not just, but we're very adamant on listening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, obviously something big. Oh,
Anthony Richardson. Wow. Okay, so Bro Pinions just hit their first wrong. I was with John the Son. I really thought that Will Levis was the guy. Man, I mean, it's a better pick than Will Levis because I have been trashing Levis pretty hard. But
I mean, it's a smarter pick. Nikki, you got a point.
I do too.
So to me, they proved last year, unfortunately, that offensive line has got holes in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that offensive line is not the elite unit that everybody thought that they were 2 years ago. And it's just getting a more mobile quarterback, especially in AR-15 over Levis. I think it's a really, really smart pick.
Yeah, this is definitely a better pick for Indy. Because, again, I just don't think Will Levis is – I think he's going to be the biggest bust of the draft. I do think he's the next quarterback off, and it'll happen quick for a quarterback-needy team. But, yeah, Nick, you're right. It's a huge boomer bust with AR. Again, another SEC guy.
Yep.
Wow, 3 SEC players in the first 4 picks.
Well, you got to think. isn't now correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but isn't the new head coach for the Colts, wasn't he the offensive coordinator at Philadelphia this past year when they went to the Super Bowl?
That'll be a John the Stone question. He'll know that. I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure that's right. I could be wrong. And if that's the case, though, I mean, look at what he did with Jalen. Imagine, I mean, he's equipped to handle a Richardson, I think.
Man, please, I hope don't put that bad juju on us. Please don't let Seattle pick Will Levis.
Oh yeah, Steichen. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name, but I was pretty sure he was the former offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Shout out John the Stone for the info.
Oh yeah, walking football encyclopedia, that dude.
Yeah, I think this is definitely Jalen Carter. He's the best defensive player on the board right now. Geno is a little old, but he got the comeback player of the year this past year.
Well, I mean, he had the best year of his career. Like, he was severely, granted, he was put in a bad situation with the Jets.
Yeah.
And he was already familiar with Seattle's system because he sat behind Russ for 2 years.
Huge comparison right here from the NFL. They're saying that AR feels like Donovan McNabb, and that's kind of high praise.
Ooh, that is high praise.
That's a high praise pick. I agree, Nick. Stetson is the most decorated QB in this draft today. Same thing with Bryce, though. He's a little bit shorter, doesn't have the arm strength that the other QBs do, but the decision-making's good. He's been in extra games, so, everybody, we want to talk about. And again, Hendon Hooker is there, and nobody's really talking about him as a QB. The size is there, the arm strength is there. Had a great year at Tennessee, and then that rush offense, they didn't run. I think they ran the ball 38% of the time. Like, he was throwing all day.
Well, you still got to take into account the ACL tear on that one.
Yeah,
because that's one of the things. Like,
and
him
and Stetson both are 25.
And I think that a lot of teams are just, exactly, he tore his ACL in that game against South Carolina.
No, it wasn't a no contact. He did get some contact, unlike Kyler, who was just running.
That was a bloodbath. But man alive, Tennessee and South Carolina. That South Carolina game. Yeah, it was rough. But no, I think that if Hendon Hooker was fully healthy, I could definitely see him as a top 10 pick. But that ACL everybody has to look at it a little warily now because. That's already wear and tear on a knee that, as we've seen, quarterbacks, even though they're doing a lot more to protect them in the NFL, you still take shots, and especially low now because anytime you hit a quarterback high now, it's going to be a throw the flag.
Yep. So Seattle's on the clock. I think Nick has brought up that they may be trading back because they're taking a lot of time. And if it was Carter and they were sure on Carter, I don't think it would have taken this long.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, no.
I like it better than Levis. For sure. And now, wherever he goes, what if it's Atlanta?
He could be. Yeah, he could be.
No, please don't bring that mayonnaise back here. We don't want it down here.
We live in the South. People put mayonnaise on everything. Like
even in barbecue sauce. But yeah, it's been a fun 4 picks. The Houston trade going up. I cannot believe they got Will Anderson Jr. and C.J. Stroud.
That's massive.
It's nuts. Somebody in the chat, can you look up real quick and see the next Houston pick? I would like to know that.
Well, I think it said they've got the 30-something now, right?
Cardinals got 33.
Oh, okay, got you. Let's see.
So... still not in. We're on a commercial break with the draft itself. But they're still on the clock. The Seattle's taking a lot of time.
Cards got that. Texans got third. Got the number 3 and 105. So Texans will probably pick their next pick will probably be in the second round. Well, no, they traded their second round pick. That was that number
33.
33. Yeah, so they might not have a pick until later rounds now.
Yeah, Seattle's listening to something. I agree.
Oh yeah, no, they're waiting. I mean, with 52 seconds left, you're about to see a trade. I feel like. Oh,
the pick is in. Here we go, Seattle.
Maybe they just took.
Seattle's pick is in. Here we go. Let's see. They're obviously going to get done with the commercial break. Yep. Texans owner's tired. Yeah, that may be a thing. All right, we got our stuff. Let's go home, boys. Come on to Houston.
I'm trying to think. I think you might actually if it's not Jalen Carter, I think it's a cornerback. I think it's somebody like whoever the highest rated DB is. I think is probably coming off the board right here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they took a QB because Geno is a little bit older.
Yeah.
But I do think it's defensive minded with Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
As a running back, I still think the wideouts up there are doing great.
Yeah.
Tight end's okay, which is a big tight end class in this draft class.
I was about to say it could be Meyer.
Yeah.
Or
Washington.
Who was the Iowa?
Dalton
Kincaid. Yeah,
was from Utah. Yeah, not Iowa. But
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I still think it's Jalen. It's I don't know if you guys are ahead of us.
I was about to say there's a slew of the defensive players that they could take here.
Yeah, but I do think Seattle goes defense. Yeah, I think their offense is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
no, unfortunately, yeah, tight ends unfortunately are.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, they're not valued like they used to be. They're just most of them. You might have one or two go in the late first, but most of them will probably go end up second round, early second round picks. I guess we'll see. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I still think Mayer from Notre Dame goes, Kincaid goes. And then, Darnell Washington will probably be a late second rounder. Hurry up, Roger. Boo. Seattle fans are having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm a Seattle fan at all. I actually was just up at Lumen Stadium in Seattle. That's where I got the jersey and had a lot of fun. It's a gorgeous stadium. I'd love to watch a football game there. All and right. Here we go. Goodell got the pick.
Let's see what he says. Devin Witherspoon, cornerback.
Wow. He was projected to go to the Falcons at 8.
Really?
Yes, wow. That was the big projection. Was Witherspoon goes to 8 to the Falcons. Oh no, well, bro, opinions. It's over. We had the 3, and then
the top 3 though. That especially with the trade up. That's still impressive.
So Jalen is starting to slide because he was projected right after the national championship to be a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lions. Oh, man, they're going to take him.
The Lions? Oh, that would be a tremendous pick. I'm a Vikings fan, and I still think him going to the Lions would be great. You can't tell me that having Aiden Hutchinson and Jalen Carter on the same defensive line would not be sick.
It would, but I don't like the Lions.
I would be cool with that too. Jalen fall into Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Dude, if Atlanta could pick up Carter, I will buy the jersey tomorrow.
Carter, Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell.
Come on, Atlanta.
Dupree. Oh.
Come on, Atlanta. Or, the Lions could trade the pick here.
They could.
They may not feel like they really need anything. I'm going to get a little food going.
Now, MCDC himself, Motor City Dan Campbell, head coach of the Lions, did say that after meeting with Jalen, he felt a lot better about his character as a person. So,
geez, Pete Carroll, you had Jalen Carter right there. What are you doing? What are you doing, Pete Carroll?
5 minutes left.
Yeah, 5.5 on the clock for the Lions. I think they could trade it here. I'm surprised, but I do get why Seattle took the whole 10 minutes if they were looking between Jalen and Witherspoon there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, eventually you've got to decide what's more important. And unfortunately, in the league, the way it is now, I mean, that would be interesting. Putting Bijan with David Montgomery and DeAndre Swift. But
but at that point, like, what? Like, you're just gonna run the ball the whole time, and then they're gonna load the box.
No, because you still got a Monroe St. Brown on the outside. Jameson Williams when he comes back from a 6-game suspension. I mean,
what he gets suspended for again?
Gambling on.
Yeah, that just happened. Yep. Now I remember. So yeah, Witherspoon moved up on draft board because he was projected at 8.
Now they could very easily with that suspension they could take Njigba here and ensure that they get a weapon on the outside to kind of help
Jackson
balance
Smith
that
and
out.
Jigba would be fun. Oh, we're down to 5, so 2 people left. 5 people. We love you guys anyway. Thank you for tuning in. Love fantasy football. Do not put Bijan. Yes, please. For the love of fantasy football, Lions, do not pick Bijan. Pick up Jackson Smith and Jigba and leave Jalen Carter for Atlanta. Because if he's not going to play in Seattle, I want to see him in a Falcons uniform. Nick, we're not looking at logic right here.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like, no, they had insane wide receiver depth, and then they released 2 of them because of the suspensions for betting on NFL games, and Jameson Williams got the 6-game suspension for betting on college football games.
Which I guess I understand why you're not supposed to do that, but on the flip side, man, whatever. I'm gonna stay at that. John, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me with this Stetson stuff. We know he's not going tonight. Y'all just hating.
No, if he does go tonight and somebody put money on him going in the first round, can you imagine?
Oh yeah, that would have paid off like stupid.
No, a lot of people actually have the Vikings.
This is AARP card. You brutal, bro. That's so brutal.
A lot of people have the Vikings taking in Jigba when they pick and pairing him with Justin Jefferson.
That's disgusting. That man, they won't need to run the ball.
No.
Why is he gonna have an AARP card? He's only 25. Jeez, y'all are brutal.
Now honestly, the Vikings. There are talks that they're going to cut Dalvin Cook. I hope not. I think he's still got.
Is that?
I think he's still got a lot of tread left on the tires, but he has had a lot of injuries over the last couple of years. Trade. What we got? Sorry, we're on.
Here we go.
We're on a commercial.
We said the Lions can trade right here if it's Houston.
Cardinals back on the clock.
Oh, there. No, I don't think it's Levis here. Jalen Carter.
Maybe. Could be.
With what's his face retiring? Because I can't think of names right now.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah, with Watt retiring, could be a Jalen Carter pick right here. I would not be surprised if it was. I know he's not edge. Relax.
Now the question, what did the Lions get?
Yeah, if you guys can find that out in the chat faster than we can. Yep, Stetson right here. Love it.
No, so all right, so here we go.
Stetson Bennett.
Yeah,
Arizona.
I got a question for the chat. Do we think that DeAndre Hopkins is still a Cardinal at the end of the night?
No, I don't. Lions got 12 and 34. It's not bad.
Yeah, I agree, John. No.
Oh, we got a hell no. It's hell no. I'm just messing with you. We're just having fun. Anybody in the chat, if you could, is the audio okay? Can you hear us okay? It's the first time going live, so I wanted to make sure that.
So they got first round and a second round pick for the number 6. I mean,
that's not bad.
Not bad.
Nobody got hosed. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Perfect audio. Thank you for answering the lay question. I appreciate it. And if you are from the Fantasy League, what's up, guys? And if you're from the Fantasy League and you see people that aren't here from the Fantasy League, tell them to get their ass in here. What are we doing? Come on. Awesome. Thanks. Cards could go to a wide receiver to replace D-Hop. I like that. I kind of like seeing QJ over there. Little Quentin Johnson. I don't know if he's a 6 pick, but Quentin Johnson was like a man possessed
Well, we're about to
against
find out
Michigan. Here we go.
Select. Paris Johnson Jr. They got offensive line help. Took the biggest bet off the board. I mean,
God, you can see so much better than me.
What?
I thought that said defensive tackle, and I was like,
no.
Okay, Jalen will be sliding, bro.
He's that mammoth of a freaking wall that Ohio State had this year.
And so we got to see Ohio State play the Peach Bowl. Did really well protecting CJ.
Yeah.
Cardinals pick up great help there.
Yeah. Now, I do think I agree. It's weird to trade up, but obviously he was their top-rated offensive lineman. And, I mean, God, but as fragile as Kyler Murray is, I mean, getting him as much, as much protection as they can is probably a smart decision, though.
Yeah, and that's a lot of protection. That's a big dude.
Yeah.
Oh, the Raiders, who we had our opinions kind of trash because we said they need front office more than anything. Kyler tore his ACL running. That's all he did was run. It was a little fragile. Carr's got 6 and 81. Line's got 12, 34, and 168.
I could see the Raiders taking Levis.
Dude, okay. Love that pick. Go Levis.
Let him sit behind Jimmy G this year.
This is great because this would be perfect to fit the narrative of what the Raiders do, which is do stupid things and suck.
Well, I mean,
I did not. I was tackling somebody. Thank you very much.
I think that Levis, like this honestly would be a great situation for Levis because Josh McDaniel, I mean, he is a good quarterback coach. I mean, he's the head coach there, but he was the offensive coordinator for the Patriots for years, and he has a tendency to coach some of that. I guess some of that hidden talent out of people sometimes. I mean, Jarrett Stidham did decent for him last year, and if Stidham can do decent, I mean, Levis should be all right. So,
bro, opinions. Do we think we get to the 8 now? Because I'm doubting it. I don't know we get to 8. We've got 3, but I don't know we get 8. Oh, Kyler Murray told them to go get Paris Johnson Jr. We'll see. But we also see that Jalen is starting to slide a little bit. I don't know if they go Jalen in Vegas. We were just in Vegas.
No. No, the Raiders don't go defense here. I think they take a quarterback here because I'm sorry, but when
I like the enthusiasm.
When Jimmy G is the main, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's nothing against Jimmy G. He's made it to the Super Bowl, but I just don't think it's going. He doesn't have but limited time left in the league. So
Jimmy G's almost done.
They could go offensive line too. They could take what is the?
She got a big hat. Okay, Cardinal fan.
Oh, did you see that the Braves are no longer allowed to wear?
Yeah,
those?
what is with that too? They can't even wear a hat in the dugout this big. I think it's a copyright thing. Nope. But that was yeah. That barbecue sauce a little warm.
Yeah, I like it. You got good heat.
Good heat. Okay. Mel's best available, and the second one is Will Levis. He's got Will Levis as a better pick than Bijan Robinson. Why? It doesn't make sense to me. Did y'all not watch him play football? Right, it's just. Well, but yeah, I like the offensive line thought process for Vegas. They've got a beautiful new stadium over in Vegas. Just watched a shout out to the hockey team over there, the Golden Knights.
Yep.
We got to go to that game with
did.
Minnesota. They beat Minnesota 4-1.
No, that was a great game.
Yeah, incredible game.
Shout out to both of those goalies, by the way. Both of those goalies played lights out that game.
Yeah,
it was
so
insane.
It was a nuts game. So shout out NHL while we're talking about the NFL. Shout out to the Golden Knights who are still alive and well in the Stanley Cup playoffs, having a lot of fun. Christian Gonzalez could go. Okay, I would be okay, dude. If Jalen Carter is there for Atlanta, please, Arthur Blank.
It's not.
You're one of the 5 people watching right here. Please, go get Jalen Carter.
I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Atlanta has a strict no Georgia players.
Yeah, that's true. They never take Georgia players, and I don't really know why they don't take Georgia players, but they don't. Cards have given 3-12 for 168 for 6-3 24.
I mean,
I don't know.
A lot to give
12,
up. It's a lot to give up in this draft to move up so far, but
I get it.
Yeah.
And the barbecue place had jalapeno cornbread, and it's
delicious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. Because the good ones go higher than we usually draft. Yeah, Atlanta's usually perennially like 16, 17.
I don't know. This is the 3rd time in the last 8 years that they've drafted number 8 overall.
Wow! And still no Georgia players.
They drafted Vic Beasley the first time.
Clemson.
They drafted Drake London last year.
I don't know.
The wide receiver.
No, I know him. I just don't know what college he played.
Oh, USC.
Well, that was meh.
And
the pick is in for the Raiders. So there's no trade. The Raiders are going to take this one. But yeah, I'm like him. We're usually trading the top 10, no Georgia players, and they had 5 in the first round go off the defense. Georgia had 5 players last year off the defense go. Atlanta didn't get one of them. Yep. And now we're looking at Jalen Carter could be slipping. Well, I like that thought process, John. Tyree Gonzalez and Bijan, 2 of the 3. What is Atlanta's next? Oh, it's Atlanta's 8 and...
I don't know.
You guys got to tell me, what is Atlanta, 8 and what number? Because I know Seattle's 5 and 20. And Jalen Carter's not going to fall to 20.
I was about to say, I thought that Atlanta only had the number 8 pick today.
Yeah, does Atlanta have a second pick, John the Stone?
Yeah, no, just 8. Okay, thank you, John. I wasn't for sure about that, but I wanted to double check.
Oh no, our feed got cut off. See if I can redo it.
Well, I still think we're about to see Levis get picked.
Okay. What is going on?
Can you not just watch it on Hulu?
Probably. Our feed got hit, guys. Well, if
Chicago took Levis. Really would be Mitch Trubisky 2.0.
Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech.
Oh, wow. They went defense.
Defensive end, right there.
Wow.
Let's get back. There we go. So we're on. Yes, yeah. Atlanta. Jalen Carter is right there. Please, for the love of all things happy and satisfying.
We're going to see a trade. Atlanta's going to trade.
No, bro. No. Do not do that. Go get Jalen. I promise you.
Atlanta's going to trade back.
Why do you, well, man? You know these Vikings people.
I'm just saying. Well, even
Atlanta's
if they trade back like 1 or 2 picks.
Why do they need Bijan? I don't think they need Bijan.
Algier had a great year. They've still got Patterson. Now, granted, Patterson's, got a lot more wear and tear, but
I can't believe Jalen has slid to 8. It's crazy. Right here's Jalen Carter.
Right there.
Atlanta is going to pick Jalen Carter. If they trade, man, battle royale. I'm telling you right now. We're not putting this in the universe.
It's coming. Like,
I
hate it.
We want Jalen. It's right there in front of you. All you have to do is take it. We all want to see Jalen Carter right here. Let's go.
I would love to see him as a Falcon, but it's just one of those. I see.
Oh, are they really far ahead of us? Because
they're just putting it into.
Oh, they're putting it
into the universe.
Oh, they're putting it into the universe. Okay. I was about to say, dang, you guys. I thought I was live here. Because the pick ain't even in from our perspective.
No. They're putting it into the universe.
Yep.
They're really, really hoping, praying for Jalen Carter. And I don't blame it. That would be a great addition to this defensive line.
And for anybody that doesn't know, I'm a Seahawks fan, but I'm also a homer. I like the Falcons.
Same. Vikings are my first team, but I'm never like, unless they're playing the Vikings, I'm always going to root for the Falcons.
And interestingly enough, the last Falcons game that I went to was with this guy when we got our Bahookies handed to us by the Vikings. That sucked.
Was that 2015? Was that the last one?
Yeah, it was your first date.
Wow, first
with
date.
the future Mrs. Rittenhouse.
Wow.
Yeah, so that game, man alive. So let's talk about this a little bit. The Vegas Raiders going with Texas Tech and Tyree. I think it's a great pick. I love the Texas Tech style of football.
Says Falcons pick is in.
Oh, picks in for the Falcons. Not to trash number 7. Happy for you, Tyree. You're now a Raider. Very historical program. Love it. Hopefully you do really well.
Yeah.
Stay away from the front office.
I agree. Calais, Jalen, Grady, that would be so sick on that.
Against Bryce Young, Baker, and Carr. Let's go. We all want to see that so bad.
But pick was in for the Lions when they traded back. So.
What do you This guy right here, I'm telling you. No, the pick's in. We're going to be fine. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. I didn't eat the ciabatta bread. Oh, you hadn't?
I haven't eaten. I ate the cornbread.
He's like, bro, there's jalapeno cornbread. What am I going to do with ciabatta bread?
Oh, let's see. I think if they will let us speed pick right here.
He waited until I took a bite.
Oh, Jalen was on his phone.
Let's go, Jalen Carter. I've waited so long for the Falcons to take a first-round Georgia player. Let's go. Yeah, I'm like you guys. I love the fact that I think Calais and Grady can help him a lot. Put that veteran knowledge, download it into Jalen Carter. He's close to home. This is just... Oh, boys, I just saw a spoiler. What?
Oh.
I'll text you. I'll text you? Put it in our group chat. I can see. Shout out to Ruben. He just said the stream is up. Looks good and can hear. Thank you. Shout out to Ruben. Kindred over there. Shout out Gabby. I really hope that's not the thing. I really hope that what you just said is not what's about to happen.
What?
Somebody has tweeted that Robinson is the highest drafted running back since Saquon Barkley.
Ah! Will he be?
Please don't. Please no.
Like, it wouldn't be bad addition, but it's just not really what they need.
So Albert Breer said that.
Oh, he's not very reliable. Not gonna lie about it. Well, let's see. The pick is in. They should be about to announce.
He said, "Look, it's not Jalen, but I don't hate it."
I
do.
Bijan is a super talented running back. He's and honestly, like, exactly. They had 1,000-yard rookie rusher last year in Algier. If you feed
fine.
that man,
You're
he's
fine.
gonna be like.
Are you guys ahead of us?
No,
is it locked in for sure?
Be. Here it comes.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Oh, he said no.
All right, let's see.
Here's Roger
to the stand.
Okay. Welcome to Chris and Shane. Oh, man. I love that they do this, but it's the Falcons pick, and it's taking so long.
Here it comes.
Here we go. The pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, little dude. Or not little dude, young man.
There it is.
The Falcons.
Bijan Robinson. It's not a bad pick, but it's just not what Atlanta needs.
Not. What are you doing, bro? You have running back depth. You're fine.
I'm not gonna lie though. For fantasy wise, this is a great thing.
No, it's gonna be by committee.
No,
neither one of them are gonna take over.
But here's the thing though. Last year, Atlanta had, believe it or not, I think top 3 run blocking offensive line. They were top 3 according to Pro Fantasy Football or Pro Football Focus.
That's man. You see the disappointment in my face, Falcons? Do you see this? What are you doing, bro? You've got running back. I get that he's a generational.
The Bears trade to the Eagles.
Wow! Well, here goes Jalen Carter, and you're going to have Jalen Carter and Nakobe Dean and Big Jordan Davis. There's no way Carter doesn't go right here. Philly has really embraced the 2 guys they got last year. They've done well. I'm sure that they just traded.
Picks in already. Wow.
Yeah, they're going Jalen Carter. There's no way this is. Yeah, Nick, I'm with you 1,000%. This is Jalen Carter. And you go.
I called that.
JD.
I called that. And they can still get Nolan Smith later.
That's disgusting. Well, we don't know what the trade looks like. They might have lost the other first-round pick.
I doubt it.
Number 10, and then 2024 4th?
Yep.
What are the Bears doing, bro? You traded 1 pick and got it. Which, man.
It's only moving back 1 spot.
The Bears are so weird.
I mean, they got something for moving back 1 spot. Like 1 spot.
Well, they could have picked up Will Levis right there. But he'll be there because this is 1,000,000,000%. Ah! Yes. They are notoriously. I don't know if I'm going to go dumb because Bijan Robinson's not a dumb pick, but it's a not needed pick. Right. It's just like, oh, he's so good, I have to have him.
It's a luxury, is what it is. It's not a necessity.
But yeah, it's not a necessity pick. Yeah, for real. Twitter is so much faster than everything.
That's because everybody that's actually there, like all the agents can tweet out what's already going on. That's why I'm kind of glad I don't actually have a Twitter. So even
is he a great player? Yes.
Oh, what's that dude's name? Peter Schrager from Good Morning Football on NFL Network. actually suggested on the Pat McAfee show today. Shout out, by the way.
Shout out.
That for the draft, just completely avoid Twitter and have it just be surprised by what actually happens.
And that's what we're doing, I promise. That's why we get real quiet when Goodell gets up there and then talks for 45 seconds. Well, we'll know that Ritter is not the guy. I agree. There's no way that you can't succeed as a QB with what's about to happen.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they brought in, what was the wideout from the Raiders? Mac Hollins, they brought in. They've got Drake London, Kyle Pitts. They brought in Jonnu Smith. They've got Bijan.
And shout out Angela. It's cool. We know. It wasn't a dumb pick, but it was a not necessity pick for sure. So thank you for tuning in. We're not ganging up on you, I promise.
When did Atlanta get Corey Davis? I missed that.
What?
So the Jets traded, I guess at some point the Jets traded for Corey Davis. Or the Falcons traded the Jets for Corey Davis.
That other tight end, too.
Yeah, we brought in Jonnu Smith from New England.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, yeah, he's a generational talent. Like, he's a fantastic running back.
Yeah.
But, man.
Yeah. And Jonnu, I mean, he's already super familiar with Arthur Smith. I mean, because they were together in Tennessee.
Now we're looking at Nolan Smith being one of the top 5 available.
Yeah. Oh, Peter Skoronski.
He's got to go soon. Yeah, I'm with you, Nick. Falcons have got a lot of firepower now.
It's like if the Falcons aren't successful this year, it's truly on nobody's shoulders but Ritter's.
Well, here's the thing. So what happens if you have Algier in the backfield and you float Bijan out with his pass catching ability as a slot receiver?
I mean, that could work.
I wouldn't hate that.
But I feel like you could have multiple, you could actually do 3-back sets with Patterson, Robinson, and...
You want to talk about disgusting? Jesus.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, not Davis. Okay, yeah, I was confused there for a minute.
Yeah, I was a little bit... I was about to say, if they did pick up Corey Davis, I mean, that's a great... that trio would be fantastic. Because Corey Davis, to me, has always been very underutilized.
And I feel you, Nick. I'm just trying to spin it the best way. We all wanted Carter to be there. But Atlanta's made a ton of free agent moves on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. So plus with Patterson, Robinson, and Algier, I mean, that's an ugly 3-headed monster in the backfild. I mean,
they're never going to be tired.
No.
You're not going to have a tired running back. It'll be fourth quarter. You're like, no, we just going to run the ball, bro. Man, the pick has been in 5 minutes. Go to the pick. What are we doing? Okay, here we go. Philly.
You got to have advertisement, man.
Shh. That's just logical. Oh, okay.
The Eagles select.
Jalen Carter is off the board. Going to Philly. That defense is disgusting, bro. I'm so ready for that defense.
Oh, and they re-signed Fletcher Cox, too. You got Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter. I mean, Jordan Davis. That interior defensive line is stupid.
Just, man. So, congratulations, Jalen. We kind of knew that was where that was going to go. They were going to trade up. I cannot believe he went to 9.
He was right. I was about to say, the Eagles GM loves him some Georgia players.
There was no way he was going to drop past 10.
Nope.
Especially with Bijan. Atlanta going and getting Bijan, which was pretty much determined going to be the Eagles pick if he was there at 10. And then Jalen fell all the way to 9, got on the phone and said, hey, let me get that 9 pick. I'll let you have 10. Hey. And it worked out. So Chicago's on the clock. Oh, Chicago's picks in already, but I think he's right. They're going to advertise a little bit.
I agree. I think that Njigba was there when Fields was there.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I think it was like a freshman, junior kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if there's a little bit of a rapport there, I would not be surprised if Jackson Smith and Njigba.
I also think, though, that because of as many times as Fields was hit last year,
they need offensive.
I mean, this would be a great spot for, was it Skoronski?
Yeah, Skoronski could go right here for sure. But I don't hate Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
see, yes. We're on the same page.
So either one of those, I think either one of those is going to be the pick for sure.
Yes, because either way, you can't go wrong here. You're either getting him a weapon that he's comfortable with, because God knows last year it just looked like he had no chemistry with the wide receivers on his team.
That's why he ran on an ungodly amount of
I think the only one, and it's just because he's a safety blanket, was Cole Kmet last year. That was the only one that he truly had chemistry with.
Jalen cried. That's okay, Jalen. Way to go, man.
Yeah.
And you didn't go to a crappy team.
Oh, yeah.
You went to, Philly.
I was going to say.
How they ended up with the 9th pick, I'll never know.
Well, they had 10 from the trade that they made with.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Saints.
saying.
Yeah.
It's insane that they went to the Super Bowl and then was like, "No, we're gonna draft in the top 10."
Yep.
So, way to go, Jalen Carter. Proud of you, bud.
Yep. No, it was. Oh, they're making comparisons to Warren Sapp. Oh, that's sick.
Man, them Philly fans are intense. They are super happy. You could have been happy, Atlanta. Man, Booker McFarland tearing him apart. He's about 15 pounds heavier. He needs to lose some weight. He needs to do this. Hey, bro, let him have his night.
I don't know, John. I've seen Swiss cheese with less holes than that offensive lineman.
I'm going to avoid that whole conversation. So they're interviewing Jalen right now. Yeah, he stood up a lot, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of emotion flowing out of Jalen Carter.
Well, dude, you got to think. I mean, he's been put through the ringer over the last few months between the accident and then the fallout from it, the effect that it had on his pro day, all of the bad mouthing that they've done about it.
I agree, Nick. I don't trust anybody whose name is Booger.
Savage. No, the fact that Jalen Hurts now probably has a massive weight lifted off of his shoulders. And the fact, though, that he fell from what was a potentially number 1 overall pick.
Jalen Carter?
Yeah, sorry. What did I say?
Hurts.
Oh,
it's okay. Jalen and Jalen. It's fine.
But no, the fact that he fell from a potential
first
number,
pick.
I was about to say number 1 to number 9. Oh, dude, he's going to play with a massive chip for years to come, especially after everything he went through.
That and the familiarity with Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean being there for a year already. Get up there, get comfortable with your boys.
Oh, yeah, that's family, man.
Yeah,
that's
that helps a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Bears pick.
That makes that transition so much easier.
So, who do you double to? If Philly, which I think will go into Jordan Davis will be a first and second down, and Jalen will be a third down specialist. But if you do happen to put Jalen and Jordan Davis in the interior in a 4-3, who do you double team? What do you?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? You got 2 edge rushers over here, and you got them 2 in the middle. That's, RIP, bro. With N'Kobe coming from the middle linebacker or an outside spot,
True.
This is sick.
So,
Philly has a lot of defensive talent.
So y'all can look this up because unfortunately I don't have my phone at the moment. But when are the Tennessee Titans picking? Because honestly, I feel like that would be potentially a good landing spot for Levis. Now that we've made it potentially out of the top 10, because I think that they were already shopping Tannehill before this draft.
Tennessee's at 11.
So, 11, the pick right after the Bears. I think that's where Levis can land because they're shopping Tannehill. They've had a falling out with Malik Willis. I think Levis is the pick that Tennessee makes at number 11.
All right, so it looks like the Bears pick is in. And here's Goodell. Who's number 10? Darnell Wright, offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle. I was about to say.
What y'all said in the chat.
Got some protection for Fields.
I was a little shook because when he said Darnell, I was like, No
Yeah.
way at
No,
10.
but that's the big dude from Tennessee.
Yeah, that big guy from Tennessee protected Hendon Hooker, who we also are looking at potentially being a very late first-round pick. But I'm like you guys, I don't know where Levis goes now because he's obviously the best QB on the board according to all the pundits.
Yeah, see, that's why I think he goes here. I think you either let him sit behind Tannehill for a year, or
Now I wouldn't be surprised.
Take Tannehill's job.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee goes, "Hey," and picks Hendon Hooker.
I mean, that would be great for business.
Coming from Knoxville, right over to Nashville.
Yeah, but if they
play for the Titans,
if they were going to go that route, though, they would trade back to me because Hendon Hooker is going to be there at the end of the first round. I don't see him going between now and then. And I mean, he may even be an early second round.
Maybe.
But, yeah. Now, if I was about to say, if they decided to trade back for Hooker, I think that would be great for business because that automatically is.
That endears you to the state right there. He'll be universally accepted immediately. The Titans pick is already in. Of course, we're going to go over Darnell right here, going to Chicago, which y'all said they need O-line help.
I was about to say they do. I mean, they needed all kind of help. Fields spent way too much time on the ground last year, especially if they plan on making him the centerpiece.
If Green Bay takes Levis, I will flip.
God, that would be a slap in the face to Jordan Love, though. Like a straight, not just a light tap, but I'm talking about a rare back.
That would be
boom, slap
hilarious.
To the face of Jordan Love. Now I can see the Patriots because the Patriots have talked about
Team Hammerfist. What is the pick that the Eagles get again?
I think they're 20-something.
How? What are you?
30. Okay, 30.
30. And for anybody that doesn't know, we do have one suspended pick, so tonight will only be 31 picks, not 32.
Because the tampering.
So we're 10 picks in. And what we're going to look at is, the closed captioning is on, so I can't see. Bryce Young goes first. CJ Stroud.
Will Anderson.
The last two going to Houston, which I
2 and 3, both to the Texans.
Yeah, nuts. Man, that just said Kansas City. And I was like, Kansas City traded up with the Titans. What?
You say Kansas City just traded up with
No. I just saw this because it's in Kansas City. I just didn't
okay.
Right.
Okay. I was about to say.
Real talk, I'm with John. I would not be surprised if Levis doesn't go tonight.
Yeah.
Because he's not any good. Titans go Kincaid here. I would love to see a tight end go. I would laugh so hard if Green Bay took Levis. That would be funny. I do agree that the Patriots do take interesting picks, but I think they would wait on that.
Really? You want to know who my true opinion is that the Packers are going to take with their pick? Washington.
Big Darnell Washington. Huh?
Yep, that's my choice because if I'm right, I don't believe
Nick saying y'all are ridiculous.
Well, no, I don't think that they've. I could be wrong. I don't know what Mercedes Lewis's contract looks like, and even if he's still there this year, I mean, Mercedes Lewis would be a great tight end for Darnell Washington to sit with. Yeah, more than likely day 2 pick, but that like I said,
we're just talking, man. We're just having fun.
I think it would just be a good landing spot for him.
Tennessee goes offensive line.
I mean, they got to replace Taylor Lewan, I guess.
I will say
they let Lewan go in free agency this year, but he hasn't signed with anybody.
Us at Bropinions did not draft a whole lot of offensive line, so that kind of skews everything we did because we were just like, no, we want to see all the big name guys at football, the whole state. Hey, now, you leave little Vanderbilt alone. Vanderbilt is an important part of the SEC. Green Bay can take Nolan. Please don't. Please don't take Nolan, Green Bay.
I mean, they took 2 Georgia players last year. So
Stop
in the first round.
Stop it. That's the worst color combination in the NFL. You know what it looks like? A stalk of corn. Okay. Will Levis, Christian Gonzalez is still on board. Great. I'm surprised Skronsky is still there. And Zay Flowers, the wideout from Boston College, being in the top 5 now. Took Rodgers BS for years. True. They had to deal with Rodgers.
That is a valid point.
Goes to the Jets. And to hear Jets fans, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I mean, you know.
Bijan is now the Derrick Henry for ATL. You're not wrong on that one.
Oh, he's not 6'3", though.
Still, though.
But he's a hard runner. I'm not going to say Bijan doesn't run incredibly hard. So, again, I don't dislike Bijan Robinson. I think he's a good player. I just didn't like the pick at that time. But we all kind of said Atlanta doesn't like drafting Georgia players, and they didn't. So, That cornbread's so good.
It is.
The wings are delicious. Shout out to Moe's once again. You guys did great.
Oh, yeah.
All right. It's coming out.
All right. Here comes the Titan selection.
The Titans pick is in. A flurry of trades. And there goes Skronsky.
Yep. That's the offensive tackle they needed to kind of, I guess it says guard, but I think they'll use him at tackle.
Yeah, they'll move him.
Because, I mean, after losing Taylor Lewan, who was one of the best in the league, like they let him walk. I don't know if it was a contract issue or if they just think that he's getting a little up there. But I mean,
he is tall.
Yeah. But I think that it's a good choice by the Titans.
They're solid. Northwestern, not a lot of wins. Wow, the Lions pick is already in, so they were ready.
Oh, yeah.
But he had a good year. I like it. Good size. Levis could technically, go to Detroit, Levis. This would be great. I love that pick. Listen to Nicky P, Detroit. This is great. You should take Levis. He's the best quarterback in the draft. Everybody else is just messed up. I love that pick.
No, I kind of think
Gonzalez.
I was going to say, I think Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, in the real thing, Gonzalez seems
after them getting rid of Jeff Okudah this offseason and trading him to the Falcons, I think that cornerback would be a good depth move for them.
I agree, Nick. Stetson is an elite option, but MCDC may not want to have elite options on his team.
Are you saying that Jared Goff isn't an elite option? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he left the Rams, and then Stafford went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl, and had the worst Super Bowl hangover of any team I've ever seen.
God, that was terrible. Sorry, I was looking to see what was on those.
Why was it terrible?
No, I was talking about the Super Bowl hangover.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, it's just Brunswick too. It's okay.
No, I don't know.
That may be the Black Eyed Peas.
These are Black Eyed Peas, yeah.
Yeah, Black Eyed Peas, okra, tomatoes. That's a very southern dish.
Yeah.
All 5 of you that are still here. Hello, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. We are in...
Your Rushmore of football. Is that the Rushmore of... Never mind. I can't even say it's too mean.
We're an hour and a half in. It does not feel like we've been live for an hour and a half, so it's been fun. Thanks for hanging with us, guys. This is the first round of the 2023 NFL Draft. Already been a lot. We're talking
that,
about
that just sounds like
dude. Johnny Manziel was a freaking.
Hey, now that is an interesting
Whoa!
pick. That is an interesting pick.
Let's go. Okay, I said
Jahmyr
earlier
Gibbs. That is
that
interesting.
Jahmyr Gibbs was the biggest non-talked player in this draft. And Jahmyr Gibbs goes right there to the lines. Love that
That
pick.
running back room is so sick now. Gibbs, Swift, and David Montgomery.
RIP to fantasy. I would not pick either one of them because it is going to be so much by committee that you're not going to get good points. But they're talking in our ear right now about pairing him, David Montgomery, DeAndre Swift.
I mean, it's just that's the thing though. Eventually, like running backs in fantasy are going to be very hard to trust because teams are just getting away from that bell cow back.
Yeah.
There are very few teams anymore in the NFL that use a true number one running back to do everything.
And you're not going to have a Le'Veon Bell.
Jesus.
Like you did back in the day. Maybe with Najee with the Steelers. But I'm trying to think of a team that would Derrick Henry for Tennessee has kind of been just
if the Jets draft Levis, I guarantee
that would be the funniest thing to happen in this draft.
Rodgers asks for a trade or retires the day after this.
That would be God. Now I want that to happen. Thank you for that thought process. That would be the greatest thing to happen. Hey, shout out Chad Hashka. So shout out, and you were right. So for anybody that doesn't know, Chad, a friend of mine, an unlikely Falcons fan from Calgary, Canada. And if I'm wrong, Chad, sorry. I believe it's Calgary in Alberta. But, so we got Bijan, Chad. Jalen Carter was there. I still like Carter as the pick, but Bijan is definitely very versatile and will work in Atlanta. So shout out Chad. Met him at a John Mayer show.
Oh, wow.
We bought him John Mayer and Atlanta Falcons. And he goes, no, I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. I was like, hold up, Chad. We're in Vancouver, going to go watch John Mayer, and you're a Falcons fan. How did that? He's like, well, I got into the NFL with my dad, and we ended up watching one of those. He comes down here to watch Falcons games. So I think, Chad, again, you're welcome to come down here and we can watch a game because John will be playing in Atlanta in October. So if it works out, maybe I'm going to go to a Georgia game too. So shout out, Chad. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're safe, brother. Shout out. Thanks for joining us. Yes, you will see me in October, buddy. Cannot wait.
The Packers pick is in.
They are at pack 18. Who's at pick 18, 34, 48, 55, John?
That's the lines that he's talking about. Lines kind of stacked in this draft. They pick 18, 34, 48, and 55.
Jeez.
Dude, the Lions have made some moves. I mean,
and I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I love watching him run at I think he was so underutilized at Tech. I love that he transferred with Alabama and got featured.
I'm going to be real. As a Minnesota fan, what they're building in Detroit right now is scary.
Let me just tell you, because Detroit is doing some moves.
Anybody that watched
Nick, why do you just disagree with everything, man? You just hate me. That's what it is.
Anybody that watched
the look on Levis's face, yes, it is.
What's it called? The show on HBO, football.
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. There we go. Anybody who watched Hard Knocks last year on the Detroit Lions. The culture that they're building in that building is it's absurd. I mean, it's amazing. MCDC, Dan Campbell, the head coach is just a machine. And
Well, I think me, Nikki P, for anybody that doesn't, you can go search Bro Opinions 2009 on YouTube. It is a podcast that we do talking about a bunch of stuff in the NFL. We talk about other stuff too. Talking about best cereals, best snack foods. Not shout out to Circus Peanuts, trash. But
Circus Peanuts, the underrated goat.
I agree, Chad. I do think Gonzalez dropping. I think that Witherspoon pick going up when he was projected at 8 to 10 kind of shifted the defensive look.
Wow. Since Barry
Sanders.
Woo! That's some big shoes to fill.
Wow. See, the encyclopedia over here of John the Stone pulls this so fast.
No,
So that's crazy. Yeah, Gonzalez is great. Like, he's going to be good. I don't know that he'll be another Sauce Gardner.
So,
but really good. I'm kind of surprised he's sliding. But Jalen slid down to 9, but Philly moved up to pick him.
yeah. So, but with that being said, I mean, let's just hope that for, Detroit's sake, Gibbs doesn't become another one of those Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, who retires during their prime. Like, that'd just be.
Well, I mean, you could look at that, or you could look at Julio, who could have retired.
God, Julio should have retired.
And then,
no offense,
just kept holding on. It is not really doing well. Love you, Julio. I love what you do with the Falcons. Great career. Had a shot at a Super Bowl, and Tom Brady ruined that.
About the only thing he held on to this past year was a clipboard on the sideline. So,
dang, he being brutal over here. Ooh. And looking at colleges, Georgia's only got 1. We've got 2 from Alabama, 2 from Ohio State, 1 from Tennessee. Yeah. So it's been a good little mix. 1 from Northwestern, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah.
So I'm surprised they've got Zay Flowers.
Oh, here comes the Green Bay selection.
Oh, here's Green Bay. Okay.
I think this one might be a little slow.
It is.
Lucas Van Ness.
Yeah, Lucas Van Ness from
defensive
Iowa.
end, Iowa. That was actually the pick that I saw a bunch of people putting with Atlanta because he's a pretty good pass rusher.
Well, that Iowa defense is what kept them in games the whole year. Like, it was a running joke on College Game Day that the defense was scoring more touchdowns than the offense was. That defense is sick.
Now, this is actually a great pick for Green Bay. I mean, they've already got a pretty nasty secondary. And then you add him to, Quay Walker that they took last year and Devondre Campbell that's already up there. I mean.
Well, that and he's already used to the cold.
True.
That's another thing that a lot of people don't talk about. Playing in Green Bay for half the season, it's cold.
Yeah. No.
Like, it is so cold. And playing in Iowa, he's kind of used to that already. It's not somebody coming from like the U or Alabama, USC, trying to go up and play at Lambeau.
This one could be Smith or Levis. I agree. This could be Levis. Bill Belichick has a hard time steering away from that, and they're already shopping Mac Jones. So
yeah, they're looking to get rid of Mac Jones.
This could be Levis. I think it could be Nolan too. They've got a real love for Georgia players in New England.
I agree, Chad. The Van Ness right there, he's a stud. Like, he's really good, and he was on highlight reels because, like I said, the defense is that was all the highlights that Iowa had. So he was constantly on ESPN. I'm like you. I thought Atlanta would go a little bit defensive, maybe not Van Ness, but Jalen because he was available. But yeah, Nolan Smith is starting to move up. I think because we're at 14. I don't know Nolan Smith is here. I think this is a great landing spot for Levis.
They trade him.
Oh, to the Steelers. So there is a trade. Now that the Steelers are on the clock, the Pats have traded. If you can, John the Stone, let us know what they did in the trade to trade back.
Nolan Smith and TJ Watt. That would be.
And they took George Pickens in the first round last year.
Second round.
Oh, it was the second round. I'm sorry.
But no.
But George Pickens being up there, so they're not aversion to the Georgia players.
I mean, Nicky P's got a point. I mean, they've got Kenny Pickett and a list of, who's nobody behind him. So
there's no way Levis goes here. What if it's Stetson?
Nah.
That would be. They traded up to go get Stetson, who's.
Pat's got the number 17 and 120.
Just for the one pick? Commanders could also be.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Thank you, John.
Oh, no. Commanders could be, if
that'd be a big
if Levis falls, and then you'd have Levis and, what was it? Sam Howell, right? The quarterback from North Carolina. They would duel it out this year.
That would be I'd be okay with that.
That'd be a good little.
Okay, I'm good with Washington, with the Commanders doing that.
I agree. Nicky P's got a good point there. Commanders and Levis make a lot of sense for one another.
Yeah.
I also could see Hooker there just because, I mean, Ron Rivera has a history of enjoying more mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, I'm like John. Who would you trade up for 3 spots? Like Jalen, I get moving up the spot, grabbing who you want.
Obviously somebody that they're worried is going to go in the next couple of picks. Who picks?
So Gonzalez is slipping.
Yeah.
Levis is slipping.
I was going to say top positions need would be offensive lineman and cornerback. It could be.
Would they trade up for an OL though?
I mean, to protect Pickett, they might. I mean, God knows they didn't have very good offensive line protection last year.
See, I'm looking at
Najee
Gonzalez.
couldn't do.
Yeah, Najee had a hard time running.
Yeah, Najee had a. They just.
Broderick Jones. That is the thing right there. Could they go Broderick Jones?
Yeah, Broderick Jones could be a big pick.
I like that thought process. I like it.
Yeah, that could be a big pick. I kept trying to think of his name. I couldn't come up with. I couldn't pull it out.
The pick is in. The pick is in. I have an old list of picks.
Mm-hmm.
And now with all the trades, it's all screwed up. So
Okay.
I don't know, like the active one. I guess it's at the bottom. I wish I could turn on.
So you could go back to you could swap it over, right?
Yeah, but these are different now. I wonder if there's like a live one.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I was going to say, if you pulled up the actual draft on here, it would show you. Scroll up first.
What?
Go to draft. Oh, that's where you already were. Never mind.
Shocker pick 12 with Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well,
Oh, well, I'll just turn closed captioning
Yeah,
off. It'll
it's
tell us
all
at the
good.
bottom. If
But,
we can
yeah.
hear it. There we go.
no, so, I mean, I personally,
The Steelers pick is in. We're just waiting on it. Hurry up, Roger. Yeah, boo! Who went in 17? Oh, 2 running back.
that was, wasn't that, was that Fournette and McCaffrey that year?
Here we go.
Broderick Jones!
Broderick. Way to
Tackle.
go, John.
That was a good heads-up pick there.
Good job. I love it.
Yep.
So, Georgia, 2 players.
Yep.
In the first, was what, 15? 14?
Yep.
2 in the first 14. It's not last year, but daggone.
Fournette
and CMC. Encyclo Jeremy over here. Boom! Man, I love watching highlights, man. It's so good.
Yep.
Great.
Broderick is a great pick for.
Yeah, solid.
All right,
pick
so
for
now we
protection.
get to see what do the Jets do with their first pick, with
Aaron Rodgers at QB. Take Levis. That'll be the funniest thing.
But they've still got Wilson on the roster. Like Wilson's still there.
Yeah, he should
Like-
make both of their lives hell, according to him. So it just happened. 6'5", Broderick Jones, 6'5",
Yeah.
340.
Yeah, good.
And it's just sandwiching people.
Yeah.
So way to go to the Steelers.
Yeah, no, that's a tremendous pick for them. That's
Yeah.
good protection for Kenny Pickett. That's a great way to get that run game back on track.
CMC picked 8, just like Bijan.
Yep, he was.
Okay.
And they keep comparing. CMC and Bijan. I mean, it's.
I hope he has the career, just not the career that he had in Carolina where he sucked. Or he didn't suck, but
Can
the
you
team was
imagine
so
pairing Gonzalez and Sauce Gardner in that same defensive backfield? That
Whoa!
would be sick. Oh,
Is that what happens? What
that
do you
would
guys
be-
think? Chad, what do you think?
that
Nick,
would
what
be-
do you think?
Well, Nick's the one calling it. That would be disgusting.
You had, oh my God, Sauce Gardner and Gonzalez? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to be a part of no, I'm good. You just gonna throw
Well, you need it.
slants and-
Honestly, you need it because you need two elite corners to cover Hill and Waddle in Miami. Then you've got Diggs and
Oh, that's another topic we haven't talked about. Does Miami go quarterback?
God, if they
Because and I'm not saying anything on Tua. Like, he's a good quarterback. I'm not saying anything, but they have to worry about his health.
Oh yeah.
And I think it is like needed for the team to like pay attention.
I mean, I think later.
They need defense, yeah.
Later,
No, I'm talking about one of the later picks.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the first round. Definitely not right here.
6th or 7th round, maybe. But they've got they've got a lot of holes that they.
Tua talked about retiring recently. Man, I just hope he stays safe. Honestly, I don't want to hear anybody get permanently messed up. Yeah, that's I hate that. I hope that he's just healthy.
Yeah,
and it doesn't have any long term.
Whoa,
where are they? Right there.
I don't know, but that's cool though.
That is sick. Is that Kansas City?
I mean, yeah, I think it's got to be, unless they're in New York.
Yo, that looks sick.
But no, I feel like.
I agree, Nick. Stetson is an elite option.
Tua just needs to do, they've got to really watch out because, like you said, Tua's a couple of bad games away, or a couple of bad injuries away anyway, from, potential life-threatening issues.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I just want him to be safe. That's the biggest thing.
And now they did talk about the quarterbacks now apparently have a newly designed helmet that's different from the one last year.
What did we say, John? No. What did we say? We said the helmets were redesigned and everybody was getting jacked up in the head.
Well, no, the ones this year, they've had a redesign that's different from last year.
I told you.
Yeah. They've got a new one that is supposed to be padded, I guess, in different places to potentially prevent the way that their heads hit.
Yeah, we mentioned that a couple of times on the podcast of looking at. I'd love for Miami to pick up QJ. That'd be sick.
God, that would be so nasty.
They never run the ball.
Dude, they re-signed all 3 running backs they had last year. They re-signed Jeff Wilson, they re-signed Mostert, and they re-signed Myles Gaskin.
Good Lord.
So
they lost Elijah Moore, Mike White, Herbig.
Well, yeah, they traded Elijah Moore to the Browns, and Mike White signed with. Who did he sign with? The Texans, maybe?
They don't ever run the ball. No, true. They don't.
Just run 3 goes and dare them to stop it.
Just run 4 verts, man. That's what works in Madden. That crossing route from the tight end works every time.
I mean, I would love to see Atlanta trade back in for Nolan Smith.
Dude, that would be sick.
But
I don't think they do because they make dumb decisions. But they traded back in for Nolan. Maybe at 18.
Let Nolan Smith fall to the Vikings.
No. Although I do like the color scheme of the Vikings. I'm a big color scheme guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't like Green Bay.
Yeah.
I love this one. This looks good to me. Purple and gold looks good. Love the red and black, clearly.
Yeah, Nolan to the Jets would be sick too. I mean,
no, please don't put on that green and. Ugh.
But no, I think Christian Gonzalez here.
I think it's Gonzalez.
You get Christian Gonzalez and Sauce Gardner. I mean, that's just.
God, they had a good draft last year.
Yeah.
Breece Hall, Johnson, Wilson, Sauce.
Yeah, no, they put together a great 4 picks last year.
Nolan's a second round? Nah, bro. He'll go tonight.
It just depends on how teams value the combine. If teams really look at the combine, then I think he goes tonight.
Especially if they met with him.
Yeah, if teams don't put a lot of emphasis on the combine, they put more on game film because he had such – because he just was lacking on game film because of his injury. I mean, it could be.
But I like where your head's at, Chad. I like where your head is at, bro.
The Jets are still on the clock.
They're trading.
They're listening to something.
Yeah, they're trying to get a trade worked out. I would not. I wouldn't be mad if Atlanta went and got Gonzalez.
So either that or Aaron Rodgers was trying to make a pick. That was
he runs the whole thing now.
Hey, that was one of his biggest gripes in Green Bay was that they didn't consult him. And I think you and I had this conversation.
How big of a head do you have to be that guy? Oh, the pick is in.
Well, you and I had this conversation. This will actually be the first time in his career that he's got the chance to throw to a first-round wide receiver.
Yeah, that's true. His tape is not great. No, they're celebrating the
Oh,
win.
okay. Okay, well then, okay.
If they go wide out, if they got Jackson Smith and Jigba.
They don't need another wideout though. They've got Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Corey Davis.
What
is
if
still
they
on the
take Kenny
roster.
Mack?
They've got no. He's not a first round. Nowhere near. And then
Look, man, I'm just trying to have fun here, okay?
and then
You're harshing out my mellow, bro.
who else? And then they've got Mecole Hardman. Granted, Mecole can't stay healthy really, but
To the Jets?
yeah, Mecole's with the Jets.
I knew he left Kansas City, but I didn't know.
Yeah, he's with the Jets. Him, Alan Lazard, Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson. I mean, they've got a stacked receiving core right now. Now, if they do go wide receiver here, I think it's a true intention. Like
Do they go Zay Flowers or do they go Jackson? I think you got to take Jackson. I get that Zay Flowers is like projected higher, but
I don't know. That's a tough call.
it's hard for me to think he's got that big game mentality.
Yeah. Well, so Washington picks right after the Jets here. So I think after this one.
Hello, Will Levis. Hey, Chad, where are you at, man? Are you on the road? If you can type, I mean, if you're driving, don't text and drive for sure. Just hope you're safe.
By the way, make sure we're live on the feed because you and I have tapped our ears a couple times and it pauses every time we tap our ears.
Yep, we're live.
Okay, cool. But no, I think it's
Well, you all branded for the old Georgia. Provost Alberto working away, my friend. All right, well, stay safe, man. Shout out from Georgia. And we appreciate you being here. Glad you're with us. And hopefully Atlanta can trade back in and get Nolan. That would be dope.
I'd
love to see Atlanta trade
They
back
could
in.
go tight end. Getting somebody opposite Uzama would be.
Oh, the Jets. I thought you were talking about Atlanta
Oh,
trading
no,
back
sorry.
in. And I would love Atlanta to go pick up a tight end in the second round like Dave Darnell. Run what Georgia did with Darnell on this side and Brock Bowers on this side.
Atlanta doesn't take Georgia players.
Well, look, I'm trying to put it in the atmosphere that they will listen. Okay, here we go. The Jets pick is in. Oh, I think he's got a Make-A-Wish kid. This is awesome.
Kyle Stickles.
Hell yeah.
Did you say
Shout out to Kyle Stickles, who just overcame bone cancer. He's a Make-A-Wish kid. So this is awesome.
Okay, he said overcame bone cancer.
Yeah.
Okay. Thought he said.
And he's a Jets fan. So way to go, Kyle, man. Way to go. Shout out. Shout out to Kyle.
That's harsh, John.
Here we go. Just a shout out that not all comments in the comment section are a reflection of Georgia. Let's go, Kyle. Way to go, man. Hell yeah. Let's go, man. I love this kid.
Yep.
Will McDonald, a linebacker from Iowa State, the Cyclones.
All right, then.
I'll tell you, I didn't see that coming.
No, I mean, but that's
But-
more to feed this defense that they're building up there, and it's
Okay.
just
Cue the Snoop Dogg. Who? I wish he'd have said Levis, man. If he'd have said Levis, that would have been the funniest
you
thing.
know good well somebody is going to clip that and add Levis to it,
Yeah.
and it's gonna like
Will Levis. Oh. But reach. Well, it's the Jets. They're going to reach. Jets are going to jet. Come on. So Washington's on the clock. They got 5 minutes left.
Oh, this is Levis all day.
Actually, I don't hate Levis to Washington.
No, I think him and Sam Howell will have a nice little duel for most mediocre quarterback in the NFC.
Yeah, it'll be great.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Banning shit for just a moment.
Caleb Williams on the ground. So there it is. Will McDonald IV out of Iowa State, defensive end, going to the Jets. And it may have been a reach. Maybe a little bit of a reach. I think Hooker goes before Levis, better QB. I agree, man. So, Chad, I think Hooker's a better QB. I think he's got better measurables. And he was the better at playing football to me. So I don't know what is going on behind the scenes that has got Levis so high, but obviously it wasn't something because we're at pick 16, and then New England has 17. I think Will Levis goes in one of these two. But if I was a GM, I would pick Hooker over Levis, even with the ACL tear and everything. Yeah, it's definitely the ACL hurt. Levis Hooker should be in an old wrestling match to determine who gets drafted first. I mean, I'm in. We should sell tickets. I love this.
For what?
So the Jets GM is a double agent. I mean, maybe. We got Aaron Rodgers. Let's go get a linebacker that nobody's ever heard of. Who? No, I'm not being mean to the kid. I think he's good. But he was definitely not looked at it going that high. So I do think it was a reach. What are we deleting? Was it something we said?
Oh, no. I think he's talking to John about the Mayo wrestling match.
Once again, the viewpoints in the comments do not always reflect Gawgia as a channel. Just wanted to tell you guys.
For the record, don't try this one.
Was it cherry?
Pretty sure.
Oh, gross.
I mean, I like it. It tastes good to me, but I'm pretty sure it's cherry.
I have deceased. Well, we're very sorry that you have deceased. Jacoby Brissett, Commander quarterbacks. The picks in, so the Commanders, I think this is Will Levis. Wouldn't be shocked at all if that's who this is.
If it's not Levis,
yes, Chad. Mayo and coffee is disgusting. It's ew.
If it's not Levis, I think it's a weapon of some kind for Howell.
It's not Levis. Nick once again is trying to endorse things. No, Georgia does not endorse everything that is said in the chat. I'm making it very clear. It's not Levis. Why do you think that John the Stone? Do you know something? Is Twitter ahead of everybody? Are you looking at Twitter again? Mel's best available. Will Levis, Christian Gonzalez, Nolan Smith, Zay Flowers, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. I mean, okay, Mel Kiper thinks he won't stay off Twitter.
I mean, it could be Nolan. I mean, they're not extending Chase Young, so.
You stop it right now. We do not want Nolan Smith going to Washington.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, everything is definitely endorsed by Bropinions. Go check it out on YouTube, Bropinions 2009, and you can listen to us Three Stooges talk about football too. It's fire. Yeah, we just heard Peyton Manning in our ear talking about that's fire and this is fire, and it was very confusing. I had no idea what was going on for a second. Oh. Well, that's the danger of Twitter, you know.
Wow.
Maybe he did get in trouble for spoiling picks. Like, let it go at it. Yeah, I mean,
I was wondering how the McAfee show knew like 20 minutes before the first pick, like who was number one.
That's how that happens. Insiders know things. We're definitely not insiders. We're watching it like you guys.
Oh.
Thanks for watching it with us.
Don't go on the Sleeper app either, okay?
Well, spoiler alert, I turn off notifications for that thing. So it doesn't let me know anything. And I barely pay attention to the Discord. I couldn't get that out right there. So you hear what I'm having to deal with over here? Actually, I'm going to go leave the Discord to see if anybody said anything.
It makes me think of, what was it, Miss Rossiter when we were
in
in school talking to Tyler Manor.
You so me. The Washington Commanders pick is in. Let's see.
Yes, sir. Manuel Forbes, cornerback, Mississippi State. Now that, I mean, so the Commanders just drafted a receiver for Dak Prescott.
Brutal, but hilarious.
Sorry.
That was so good because it took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, Dallas didn't.
Sorry.
That was hilarious.
I don't know. Obviously, there's something going on with Gonzalez, though, that they have not let out.
Yeah,
he must not have interviewed well. Like, he must not, like...
Patriots picks in, so here's Will Levis. Yeah, I'm like you guys. What is going on? I love watching. What is going on with Dallas fans?
Like I said, they just saw the newest receiver for Prescott get drafted, and they're a little disheartened.
Brutal. Whoop.
I think it's one of those.
I mean, I'm good with the pick.
Yeah, Tampa Bay does need. I mean, let's be real about the situation. Baker Mayfield has not been the quarterback that everybody thought he was.
Baker Mayfield's a bum. I'll just say it.
Like, he hasn't been the quarterback they thought he was going to be when he came out of Oklahoma. I don't know if you want to say that he didn't get a fair shake in Cleveland because he had, I think, 5 different offensive coordinators in 4 years. But at the same time, I mean, it's one of those. They've got him. They've got Mayfield. They've got what's that quarterback's name from Florida? Trask.
Yeah, Kyle Trask.
Yeah. So.
Nick going, yeah, that was great. That was real good. That was a good joke. I'm a big fan because it took me a minute. I was like messing around with my phone looking at the Discord. Oh, here we go. 17 in. The Pats.
Mm-hmm. Christian Gonzalez.
There goes Gonzo. Will Levis's face is going to be hilarious. He seems to be like.
Exactly, Nick. Exactly. Kyle Trash.
Hey, Lee's here. What's up,
What's
Lee?
up, Lee?
What's up, man? Shout out, Lee. Buttons.
That's not Buttons.
That's not Buttons.
Different Cagle.
That's Ethan Cagle.
I was about to say.
I don't think Buttons is here. If you are here, what's up, Buttons? But I don't think Buttons is here.
I was about to say, if he is here, I mean, say something in the chat, but I'm going to say.
Hey, is Buttons with you, Lee? We'll do that.
No, this is a great pickup, though, for the Patriots.
Yeah. I cannot believe he dropped that 400, excuse me. He was supposed to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Like, he really was. He's my sinister. Way to go, Lee. So what's up? Shout out, Lee. Any guesses on where Bijan wears?
Ooh.
Atlanta. Yeah, that is, I have no idea.
Not a clue on that one because Pitts is 8 right now, right?
Say 6.
Could be.
Number 1.
Could be 0.
I always like that. I always like it when a player can pick 0. That's dope.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Notable Patriots pass catchers: Bourne, Gesicki, Henry, Devontae Parker, Juju. Ooh,
yeah,
Juju.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
No, Aduka has one. Oh, okay.
Akuda has one.
But yeah, sorry, I mispronounced. I apologize.
Oh, Lorenzo Carter's wearing 0 now. That's cool.
Let's go, Carter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. Too Ridley in the Jaguars uniform at number 0 it's pretty sick.
I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on the Jags this year. I just trust me. Do not sleep.
What I don't understand is, I mean, you literally just had Ridley suspended all of last year for betting on an NFL game. Why would you think that? Like, you had 6 players from the locker room betting on games. Like,
people do strange things, man. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand why people do some of the stuff. I was making that much money, and they're like, "Hey, you can't gamble on sports." Okay, if you no problem.
But you make enough money to where if you wanted to gamble, hire you a proxy to take the fall. I mean,
Well, I'm sure they did. Well, no, they said they were doing it in the
locker room from
so,
their
yeah.
phone.
I mean, you weren't even doing it smart, bro. Come on.
No. Hire a proxy, take the fall.
And thank you, Chad, for letting us know that Lorenzo Carter had 0. I actually didn't know that.
Say that's cool.
Schedules come out next week?
I think so.
Yeah, the schedule comes out next week. Should be another little fun tidbit. I watched some of the videos of them letting. I can't remember if it was Detroit. One of the teams like fooled the team and gave them a fake thing and said they had to like go to London on a Monday night game, come back, play Thursday night away, and then do the next Sunday like away, and then have 2 home games. It was really funny watching them fiddle with it. It was really funny.
No, so the nerd in me loved. Did you watch the San Diego Chargers schedule reveal last year?
Was that who did it?
This was an anime one. Like it
was,
It was
I remember
sick.
You texted me about it. You texted me.
It was
when that
sick.
came out.
Whoever that dude is, like whoever does their design and they're like, they deserve a raise. Like that.
Well, it's not because you're partial to anime at all.
No, not at all.
So the next is Detroit, and then Tampa Bay, and then Seattle.
Detroit is on the clock for a while. They might be listening to a trade
back. And then Nolan Smith is still available at 20. Could that still happen?
Yeah, Mariota now being the backup for Jalen Hurts is much better for both him and us as Falcons fans.
What are you? What? Oh, they have a Falcon. Yeah, especially when you just walk out. Like, that's kind of trash, man.
Yeah,
that's not cool. No. Why are you just gonna walk out on a whole team?
Yeah, no.
So the Lions pick is in. They are doing.
Thank you, Nick. Yes, anime is dope. It is.
I'm just saying he was a bigger fan than me, so that was definitely for him.
Yes.
I like that they pranked the players. I thought that was pretty funny.
I literally was playing Scarlet and Violet before I came over here, so it is what it is.
He's already beat it like once or twice. Something.
Hey, it's always.
I did that for Christmas for him, and then I got punched in the arm about it because I did it too fast. Apparently, somebody else had already gotten him those things. So sorry, my bad.
Not as many. I haven't been able to shiny hunt as much as I'd like to. I've got probably a dozen now. I've gotten a couple that were just full odds, like while I was doing a playthrough, but most of them have just like. Couple of them have been shiny hunting.
Are you talking about like Scarlet and everything? Or you're talking about Pokemon Go?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Scarlet.
No, I know the shinies, but I've got shinies in Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Kind of, maybe.
Yeah.
Played in Europe. That was fun. So shout out Scotland if anybody's over there. Played in Canada. That was fun. Shout out Canada. Played in Seattle.
Jesus, that's insane.
I've got 3 boxes full.
That's awesome. That's 90.
What does that mean?
So there's 30 per box in the PC, and so he's 90 something shiny.
The sandwiches are OP.
Yeah, I agree.
We're having barbecue though. We're talking things I don't know anymore. We're outside my realm. Sorry, guys.
Well,
What are we talking about? And number 5 for Bijan.
Oh, Bijan's gonna wear 5. That's cool. All right. Yeah. Lions pick is in.
Yeah, but the Lions pick's been in. Like, oh, there was the spinny.
Yep.
They just showed AR-15 go. Oh, the Lions. Who do the Lions go after? Who do the Lions pick?
What do they need?
Key additions.
So that's for the Colts.
London wears 5.
Excuse me.
Nice. What do the Lions need?
That's kind of what I was thinking. Well, they definitely don't need a running back.
Please don't be Nolan Smith.
It could be wide receiver. It could be defensive lineman.
I agree. I don't like Zay Flowers being ahead of Jackson Smith and QJ. I don't like that.
I think it's going to be one of 3. It's going to be a wideout. It's going to be a cornerback, or it'll be a defensive lineman. I think those are your 3 go-tos on this one. And honestly, I'm kind of with Nick. I think it's more along the lines of a wide receiver, just because.
Will Levis is sweating, bro. He is
dude.
so uncomfortable.
Of course he is. He was like he told
everybody, "I'm gonna be number one."
Yeah. No. Joke.
Oh, jeez. So who did the Lions take? Who did the Lions take? Come on, Goodell. Someone get that man a shot of mayo steak. Gross, Chad. Gross. I mean, he'd probably enjoy it, but I think he's amped up. He don't need any coffee. He came out and said those rumors weren't true. Sure they weren't. I would say that too. Here we go, Roger Goodell at the mic with the Lions pick an 18. Jake Campbell from Iowa. So another defensive guy from Iowa.
Dude, Motor City Dan Campbell's just building a sick defense.
And Nick going, who?
Yeah.
Who?
There have been a lot of people in this first round that were not predicted to go this early.
Some of these I don't even remember reading about in the top 30 or top 40, honestly. But I looked that up. We do have another edition of our opinions coming out soon. I was just getting ready for this. First guy was from Iowa State. No, I know, but they have one from Iowa, one from Iowa State, and this is the second guy from Iowa. It's okay, bro. Oh, he needs some mayo. 20 cc's of mayo on there. God, y'all, this is gross. Is it Duke's mayonnaise? Can we at least agree on that? Like Duke's, it's got the twang. He probably likes Blue Plate.
No, Blue Plate's the only mayo. Like, that is one thing you and I will do.
I'm sorry, dude. What?
Blue Plate is the only mayo worth eating.
Nah, bro. Duke's mayo. Now, I'm not on board with them doing the Duke's mayo bowl and then you pour mayonnaise on the coach that wins it. That's disgusting. Does Nolan like mayo too? What's up? No. I hope not. But I love the fact. Oh, the Bucs pick is already in.
Mm-hmm.
So the Buccaneers are next, and then Seattle. If we can get Nolan Smith to not go to the Buccaneers, maybe he can get.
Miracle Whip is not. I mean, Miracle Whip is not anything. It's just. It's a concoction that doesn't belong.
I don't even know actually what it is.
Like,
what is Miracle Whip?
It doesn't need to be consumed by human beings.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I agree. Homemade ranch, way better. I think the only ranch that I like from a restaurant is going to be Texas Roadhouse because it is like a paste. I don't like runny ranch.
Dude, we used to make so much ranch in a single batch. You know the big, huge mixers about like this round and like this tall?
Oh, you're just going to tell me how much mayonnaise is in it and then I'm going to be sad.
Dude, it was terrible. Like, I'm talking about like...
So what is that? It's mayonnaise, sour cream.
We didn't use sour cream. Ours was just 3 ingredients. It was mayonnaise, ranch seasoning, and buttermilk.
Well, what the is ranch seasoning? That can't be just
like the Hidden Valley Ranch.
Well, I mean, I know, but what's in that? Garlic, salt, probably dried parsley.
That all I can't tell you. Salt. See, like you said, mayo, buttermilk, and ranch seasoning. That's all it was.
Duke's mayo. Duke's. They do add vinegar. That's the twang to it.
Duke's is trash.
This is an abomination. So the Tampa Bay. So who does Tampa Bay take right here? They got
us. It's going to become a running joke. It's going to be Levis is going here.
Levis is going there.
Levis is going there.
I'm kind of at a point like, does Hooker go?
Dookies, man. Yeah, there you go.
Why man? Everybody just ganging up on me today. What is this?
No, like we used to get like the big gallon jugs of mayo.
Fancy and some black pepper, dill, and garlic powder.
Yeah.
Okay, you fancy with your ranch.
Yeah, we would take 2 gallons of mayo.
What? Please never utter those words to me again. Because for anybody that doesn't know, I kind of fucking hate mayonnaise. Like Duke's is the only one that I can actually logistically eat outside of like what's on a sandwich. Goodell's talking. Here we go, 19.
offensive tackle. It's defensive tackle. Okay, I thought it was offensive
defensive tackle from Pitt.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So they're looking to give Vita Vea some backup.
When is Mayer going to go? I don't think a tight end goes in the first round this year. I really don't.
There has been a lot of.
Yeah, I'm like Nick. What is happening? Who?
Well, it's obvious though that teams aren't just going for best player available. Teams are going for what they specifically need.
Yeah, it's still strange.
Yeah,
they really said Baker get it done. Baker will do the thing, or they're just confident that Levis is going to keep sliding and they can pick him up in the second.
I mean,
but Chad, honestly, I don't think a tight end goes in the first round. If it is, I do think it's Mayer. But outside of Dallas, I could see Dallas go tight end, but I don't know how many of the teams. Are you kidding me, John? Did we have him going at 19?
Yeah, because John made the pick, actually, if I remember right.
Get out of here. Let's go, John the Stone. Shut up. Now, so what 5? What 5 have we got? Yo, if Nolan Smith goes right here to Seattle, we'll have 6.
That's Kalijah was right. Y'all had C.J. Stroud. You had Will Anderson. You had Bryce Young. That's 4.
So who's the 5th one that we got right? Dude, come on. Seattle, take Nolan Smith. Take Nolan Smith so I can be right. That'll be sick. You missed out on Jalen.
Actually, did y'all pick Bijan to Atlanta?
Not an 8. Hang on, let's see something. Whoops, can't spell. Shout out to Bro Opinions. We are now
Seattle goes Levis here, no doubt.
No!
Told you.
So let me see.
Until Levis finally gets picked.
We had Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson. Devin Witherspoon.
Well, y'all had Christian Gonzalez.
Oh, no, we did have Bijan Robinson at 8.
To the Falcons.
So
that's the other one y'all have.
Okay.
Stetson would also be an elite option.
Stetson would be an elite option. I would love to see Stetson Bennett go to Seattle in the first round.
Joey Porter Jr. hasn't been picked yet. Wow.
Yeah, for real. Donnell Wright's gone. Brian Branch out of Alabama, safety, is still there.
Yeah.
We had Kalijah Kansas. I cannot believe we had him at 19. Way to go, John. Way to go. And then we said Nolan Smith to Seattle, Dalton Kincaid to the Chargers. And none of us thought Jackson Smith and Jigba would be falling this far. But him going to Baltimore with what just happened.
Yeah.
Woo! So, all solid options. We also signed Tebow. Nick is just being a jerk.
No, because Tebow's tied in now.
I thought he was playing baseball.
Yeah.
Or is he being an anchor on SEC Nation?
No, remember what was it? Last year he tried to come back, or no, 2 years ago.
Yeah. I know he played tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before that he went to baseball.
Yep.
So Seattle may be looking for a trade because they've got 3 minutes left on this pick. So they're taking a good bit of time. Most of the ones in this middle, like 11 to 20, have been very quick, except for the trades.
Yes, Tebow did.
Yeah,
Tebow didn't only work out. He signed a deal and just did not make it through OTAs, he didn't make it to the active roster. He got cut in the last round of cuts for the 53-man roster. Yep.
What?
He was an actual tight end. You can actually go online. He had one of the worst. Like, he got rocked by a defensive lineman.
I remember that play.
Preseason game.
That was so
funny.
He
Terrible.
got destroyed.
Terrible. Seattle with 2 minutes left. They're listening to the trade.
Yeah, I think they're going to trade.
Truth. But like the Jaguars have always been like, they've been talented the last couple of years.
Doug Peterson's sick.
But Urban Meyers is just he's a
trash human being.
yeah, he's such a
Levis
he was
is
a
so
plague.
sad.
He was a plague on that locker room. The fact that he actually like put his hands on a kicker, like that's just yeah.
I mean, he put his hands on something else he shouldn't have either.
Thought it was just his thumb. Sorry.
Man alive! Allegedly, it's all parody. This is a joke. We're joking. Nothing was ever proven. Finds. So, just for any legal person, we're alleging things. We're not saying it or reporting it is true. It's a joke. And it's this is parody. Made it very clear.
The Chow House.
Come on, Seattle. Way to go, John. Man, 22 seconds and they still there's the pick. So they're not trading.
They had something intriguing. They just obviously like
come on, Nolan Smith. If we can get 6 and 20, that's
pretty impressive.
Pretty good. Oh. It's a long time to keep this in.
Yep.
The earbud. Stop it.
No, see, I've also had to work with earbuds like this in for hours, so.
Well, I'm still new to the whole thing. I do like the sound quality of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, they're great.
So I got new headphones for anybody, and that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Haven't heard of Chad. Chad, still shout out to you. Hopefully you're still with us, having fun.
Yep.
Stay safe up there.
Yeah, like those color rush uniforms for the Seahawks are so bright.
Yeah, I still love that. Now I like this color combination more.
Yeah,
because the color rush ones are pretty in your face. Is that Seattle Tron? Interesting. He lost his Rashad Penny, Harris, Barton.
Yeah, but they don't really need a running back. I mean, they've got Kenneth Walker. They've still got Chris Carson, I think, on the roster.
Yeah, I think they could use a bunch of different positions. They could use a quarterback to back up Geno.
Yeah.
I just like the thought processes of a really good defensive guy like Nolan going to Seattle.
Yeah. Getting another young wide receiver, though, wouldn't be bad because, I mean, Tyler Lockett's good, but he's getting up there a little bit, like in playing time age, I guess. DK is good, but
he's getting double covered everywhere.
Right.
You
need somebody there to take that pressure off of him.
They could go tight end right here. Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me a lot.
Yeah.
With a really good pass-catching tight end right here, Kincaid, Mayer.
Kincaid would be a good option.
Would not surprise me. I want just for us to be right.
Oh, here it comes.
Here we go. Oh, we got another group of. I love your thought process, Nick. Stetson could be a very elite quarterback right here. I would love it. And if he did go in the first round, you would not hear me shut up about it. I would literally just text everybody every day. Stetson's a first round pick.
At this point, I kind of want him to be Mr. Irrelevant.
That would be pretty dope. So you're one of the 5. So we've got 4 people here, and one's John, and one's Nick, and one's Chad.
Okay. So that's So there's one other person.
Jackson Smith and Jigba goes off the board.
Call wide receiver.
Wow.
Hey, it's Ben. Hello,
What's up, Ben? Shout out, Ben. Welcome. Doesn't surprise me. You just said go with a young receiver. Makes sense.
I was about to say, young receiver takes some of that pressure off of DK.
Playmaking ability, good hands, and better, I think, than Zay Flowers. That's just me. That's John's. That makes 0 sense. Yes, hey, Ben.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think at some point this year, Lockett gets traded to Denver because he wants that homecoming with his boy Russ.
Good Lord, what a dumpster fire Denver is. I can't wait to see what crazy crap they do in the draft.
Hey,
this week.
Sean Payton might have something up his sleeves. You know?
What, $100,000?
Well, I don't know. Who knows? He can always make it back to the playoffs. Yes.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, we were all saying that.
We were trying to will it into existence, Ben. I promise.
And in all honesty, I mean, DK or Lockett, either one could still be a fairly decent trade. Like, I mean,
yeah, you could get good value out of either one of them.
I think DK has more value than Lockett, but that's just
other two.
Just because
he's
DK
stronger.
Is a monster.
Yeah, he's so good.
But yeah, so that puts. Trust me.
Yes, Ben, we were screaming right here, going, please take Jalen. But I do I love the fact that he's at Philly. I think it's a great landing spot for him. I think they keep a head on his shoulders. But to get to Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was just picked by the Seattle Seahawks.
And he went 1 pick ahead of where y'all had him.
Yeah, so actually we had him at 21. And Gawgias has not been super off.
I think it was 1 pick.
Yeah,
y'all had him at 22.
22. Sorry.
So 2 picks. But still.
We did have Dalton Kincaid, which still could happen going at 21, but Baltimore taking Jackson Smith is not going to happen. And then Zay Flowers going to the Vikings.
Hey.
Which he's still on the board. So Dalton Kincaid right here. And then whatever Baltimore does, we kind of said that Lucas Van Ness would not drop to 24, and he didn't.
Yeah. Honestly, Nick, the Chargers need a tight end. The Chargers, ever since Hunter Henry left, they just haven't been quite the same.
Yeah, I like that, Ben. I do think he's going to eat. And the other thing is I do look at what Atlanta did in free agency to shore up the defense. So I get what they did with the generational talent that Bijan is, but we all really, really, really wanted to see Carter in a Falcons jersey for sure.
Just because that would have put so much, that would have been such a stacked defensive line.
It would have been gross. It would have been disgusting to watch them just eat.
What is it? Who did they pick up? They picked up Onyemata, David Onyemata, Calais Campbell. Then you had Grady Jarrett, Bud Dupree.
I'm with John there. I think Antonio Gates, that was when Chargers were really doing great. I mean, I get it. I don't think we needed Jalen. We definitely didn't need Bijan. But at that point, they're so good. Why would you pass either one of them? So I mean, I understand what Atlanta did.
Yeah.
I kind of understand right here what Seattle did, because Seattle they just went Jackson Smith. Where they go at 5?
I don't remember off the top of my head, honestly.
I don't know. No, it was Witherspoon.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was.
Yeah, it was Witherspoon. Chargers go Levis here. And I love that autocorrect does not know what his name is, and everything says Levi's because it puts an apostrophe, and mine does that every time. My phone does that every single time I type Levis out. It's like, no, Levi's. I do like Stetson right here. Nick, you're keeping it up. You're doing great. Oh, man, both of them. You're doing great. Both of you guys with the Bro Opinions page. Keep it up. The Chargers pick is in.
Yep.
But there's still some availability. I don't know. We hit 8, but I think if we got 5,
Was it Witherspoon or Wilson that went to the Seahawks in the first one?
well, we're about to see.
Okay.
Bryce Young went first overall. Obviously, goes to the Panthers. The Texans pick up C.J. Stroud, and back to back, the Texans trade up
to take Anderson,
and then go get Will Anderson at 3, which I still think that's the move of the.
Okay, so it was Spoon,
yeah. And then Anthony Richardson goes 4 to the Colts, which is where I really thought Levis was their guy.
I actually.
Okay, Ben.
I don't know
Devin
about
Witherspoon
the first part of that, but I will agree that he's a better quarterback than Tua.
Ooh.
Levis is smiling. God, but why would you take a backup for Herbert? Like, all he's going to do is be a backup.
Well, here's the bust of the draft, boys. I hear the Mets trumpets going on in the
who
background.
picks after Baltimore? Is that who's after?
Yeah, Baltimore and then Minnesota.
Oh, God, he's going to be a Viking.
Levis?
Yes.
No, Stetson's an elite option right there.
He's going to be a freaking Viking.
Well, not if the Chargers pick him up. Here we go. The pick is in.
Yeah, that's Quentin Johnston.
Wow, QJ!
That's a good pick.
Good pick, bro. Good pick.
QJ with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. That's a good receiver.
Man, watching him play Michigan, I just that one play that stands out to me is that drag route that he took the entire way. So good. I loved watching him play.
No, I know, John. That's why I'm so disappointed. I was really hoping for no more years of Kirk Cousins after this one and next year.
Oh, can Minnesota have the bust of this draft? And will they take?
It's gonna be because I've talked so much trash about Trubisky 2.0. It's gonna happen. It's just he.
What do you mean that Allen is on the block? What do you mean?
Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan Allen. Okay.
Keenan
Allen.
Allen,
What is Josh Allen going to do right now? I'm confused.
No, Keenan
Allen on the block. Okay.
But I just don't see many people just going after Keenan because
Chad.
Keenan has had such a struggle to stay healthy his whole career. I just don't see many people being super interested in him. And honestly, if QJ turns out to be as good as they're hoping for, it might signal Keenan's release more than anything.
He stays hurt.
Yeah,
he just stays hurt. And they have the mighty running back
Eckler, but Eckler's requested a trade, so
no way they trade Keenan.
Yeah, I agreed.
Man, I've seen crazier things happen, like somebody going to the Jets.
See, I don't think so. I still think that the Ravens at some point are going to end up with Hopkins. There was a story that came out yesterday, I think, that said that them and the Cardinals were working on a potential trade.
Yeah, I love QJ to be a Charger. I think it's a great spot.
Yeah, no, it's a great,
the Ravens were. I'm sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, Herbert's got an insane arm. I don't know if y'all remember, but I think it was I don't remember if it was the last game of the season or the first game of the playoffs where he took a massive shot. And you could tell he had broken ribs or he was injured. And he still whipped around and threw the ball halfway down the field.
He does have a cannon. He really does. Ravens being pissed that Jackson Smith and QJ go, hey, Zay Flowers is still there. True. Let's go Zay Flowers because he was better than both Jackson Smith and QJ, according to McShay.
The Eagles trade up?
What?
Eagles are on the clock.
The Eagles pick is in. Who's available? Who would they trade up to go get? It's not Levis. Yo! Is this Nolan Smith?
Wait a minute. Why does it say the Ravens are on the clock now? Oh, it might have been a flashback that they were showing with the Eagles on the clock.
Oh.
But I could have swore.
Man. Don't play with my heart like that.
That's my bad. It must have been a flashback.
Dude, I was about to get so hyped. Can anybody in the chat fix that? Did Baltimore trade anything? Are we just seeing things on our feed? Because I've got ESPN pulled up, and
I think it was just a glitch. I think it was just a replay that should have popped up.
I was about to be so hype. Okay, thank you, John.
But in all honesty, no.
Eagles on the no. It is the Eagles. The Eagles are on the clock. Oh my God!
The pick
is in. Say bye-bye, Nolan Smith. Here we go.
Why does it keep showing that? I want to know.
Baltimore. Now it's going back. What? Okay. This is weird. I'm sorry, guys. It keeps telling us that the Eagles have traded to get this pick, and the pick is in, and then it goes back to the Baltimore Ravens.
That might be why they did away with the graphic.
So the whole graphic's gone for us right now.
And that might be why I was about to say.
All right, thanks, Chad. So nobody sees anything on your end. I don't know. Maybe it's a glitch.
I was going to say, it could be a technical issue with the stream that we're watching.
Of course, I'm watching the chat, too, and they're going, y'all trolling.
Okay,
and Baltimore's back on the clock.
This is just playing with people's emotions.
Man, I was about to be so shook. If the Eagles picked Carter and... Oh, man. Dude. I'd be so happy. So happy. I mean, I would still love for the Falcons to trade back up into the first round and pick Nolan Smith, but they hate Georgia players for whatever reason. Will Levis, Nolan Smith, Zay Flowers, Dalton Kincaid, and Deontay Banks are Mel's best available. Do you think Baltimore takes Levis as a backup?
No, they've already signed their backup in Huntley.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Come on, Lorenzo. Come on. But they didn't draft him. Lorenzo didn't start out as a Falcon.
No, he was drafted by the Giants.
Now, Gurley played a year, and I really hate that.
It was after his knees didn't work anymore.
Yeah, I really hate that he only got to play, 6 seasons total?
Something like that.
Yeah, I will cheer. Man, I was so hyped, dude. I don't know what went on. So, Angela, I get it. I'm very hyped. I was so ready for Philly to trade up and go get Nolan Smith. I was so excited for that.
Well, pick is in.
We're looking at contracts right now. Lamar Jackson with $185 million guarantee. Kyler Murray with $189.5 million, and then Deshaun Watson's insanity. $230 million guaranteed. Jeez, the pick is in for the Ravens. So all that hubbub with the Eagles did not happen. So sorry, there was a glitch. It was not just me. It was not just him. We both saw that something happened on ESPN's graphic that played with my emotions so hard.
Yeah, the Browns screwed up majorly. The Browns were the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns were Browns there. And I hate that we have to watch the career of Nick Chubb knowing the Browns weren't going to win anything.
He had an option. He's the one that signed the extension.
Falcons dodged a bullet. True.
Allegedly.
So what was just put in the chat is alleged. We're not endorsing everything there, and I'm not going to repeat it here. Jeez, John, savagery over here. Do you need a cord to plug in your phone? Because I got one right in here.
Sure, you got it.
Because we can plug it into there.
Okay, cool.
All right, I will be right back. The Ravens pick is in. We'll give my ear a break from that.
Oh, we're going to see. I think it's more like at this point, though, I think it's more like 10 million because it's 230, right? Denounces.
Oh, I breathed right into the microphone. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, Ravens take Zay Flowers.
Hey-o! That works. Yeah, that works. Cool. Zay Flowers, gone from Boston College.
Yep.
Shout out Boston.
Yep. God, that is a.
I told y'all they
Let's
were good for sure.
What is that now? Beckham, Flowers, Andrews, Duvernay, and then they've got Bateman too.
And hopefully you're not going to have Lamar Jackson having a run all over God in creation.
Yep.
Ravens got sniped so bad. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That was rough.
Absolutely.
No QJ, no Jackson.
No.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Will Levis on the clock.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I really don't. I don't know if they go Will Levis. Something happened for him to drop from like top 4 to 23.
Him running his mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Mark Andrews.
No, unfortunately.
Bro Pinion show denounces Deshaun Watson. Okay. Levis so good. Like, yeah, I see it definitely as a pick right here.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, we have a thing in listening to everything, but when you take this out, it is so quiet in this room.
Yep.
So Kirk could really mentor him. He could, but he's not going to win a Super Bowl. Will Levis is not a Super Bowl winning.
Stetson would be an elite option right here.
Stetson Bennett going to the Minnesota Vikings would be beautiful right here.
I wouldn't mind if Hooker went here, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of like Hendon Hooker right here. That's a good spot. He's not running his mouth.
No, it's going to be, yeah. Yeah, maybe Will Levis can teach him how to operate, at times after 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Kirk is solid if it's not prime time. Savage.
Oh, no, he's a good 1 to 4, like 1 p.m., 4 p.m.
He just wants to be able to bless you. Drink
Thank
later.
you.
He's like, man, if I can go drink a little bit, then we're fine. But if it's an 8 o'clock game, I got to go to bed after the game. That's crap. So it's been a lot of fun to watch this first round. I still say the move of the whole first round was
the Texans.
The Texans moved up and getting 2 and 3. Sick.
Oh, yeah. No, that was...
There you go. You have the last one.
Okay. You want some ribs?
Sure. I'll eat a rib. So, yeah, we're enjoying our Kansas City barbecue. Oh, look at that little guy. So if you're around us, go to Moe's. Anybody that is around our town knows that Moe's barbecue is pretty good. It's over on Broad Street.
I can agree with that. Kirk Cousins is literally just Phillip Rivers with less kids.
And he'll curse. That was one of my favorite videos of Phillip Rivers. Is he was like, "Dag nabbit!
Yep.
Shoot!" he's so frustrated, you can tell, but he will not curse, and it's the greatest thing.
And a gold chain instead of a bolo tie.
Yeah, well, they are highlighting Will Levis real hard right here, but the Vikings still have a pick, so it's not a foregone conclusion that they were going Will Levis. And congratulations to Zay Flowers. Going to Baltimore. Way to go, man. Happy for you. Happy for all the draft picks tonight. Shout out all you guys. Dreams coming true tonight. It's awesome. What do we got? We're at 23. There's not even 10 picks left. And the next 3 is going to be Minnesota, Jacksonville, and the Giants, who I haven't heard a lot out of. Had a pretty good year last year. I like what the Giants did.
No, they've got to get somebody to protect Danny Dollar Signs.
Stetson, Rivers, Bennett. Man, you guys. Yeah, you need somebody because they did sign Danny. A lot of money. Oh, Danny Pocket Change.
Danny Dollar Signs. No longer, he has been upgraded from Danny Dimes. No longer on that rookie
I never called him
contract.
that. Nick over here being a savage. I just Googled it. Shout out to Ben. Hopefully you're still here. Shout out Chad.
Yep.
Shout out Lee, Nick, John, especially John and Nick, who has been helping us in the comment section. moderating a little bit and helping us keep up with everything.
And you know what the saddest part about it, though?
Statson's still on the board.
Well, Brandon Whedon was 28 years old when he was drafted in the first round as a quarterback.
I mean this in the most respectful way I can. Who? Who? So the Minnesota Vikings still no pick. They got 2 minutes left on the clock. So I don't know. This is a foregone conclusion that Levis is here. What if Levis drops out all the way to the top?
Whedon was god awful. You're correct.
But what if Levis is not a first round? But what if he's chat? I'm awesome.
Hey,
It doesn't even get going in the first round. If another quarterback goes here, oh God, why do we have to keep bringing that up? It's gross.
have you seen the video of him actually drinking it?
Well, I could win all day and not even thought about that. The whole time, I could have just enjoyed my day.
Yep. I don't remember who it was. Somebody did an interview with him.
I'm with Chad though. I like Hooker right here. Nick, that's disgusting. God, y'all are killing me. Uh-oh. A lot of people in our ear are saying cornerback. Huh?
Could be cornerback. I would be much happier to hear that.
So what if we're looking at a kid from Alabama?
Brian Branch.
Yeah, what if we're looking at Branch?
I'd be okay with that.
Dang, we had him going all the way up. Well, he's a safety, but we had him going all the way up at 18.
Yeah.
Wow. And Emmanuel Forbes went a lot higher than we had. And we had him at 28. Jahmyr Gibbs, we had at 30. So that part we didn't do well.
Hey, Georgia, what do you think of that comment?
Levis takes me. Oh, God. Why? Why are y'all doing this? This is just... I wish somebody would pick Will Levis. We can quit talking about him and mayonnaise. Lord. Vikings pick is in. So here you go.
Yeah,
big moment. First round pick. Let's see.
See who this is.
The commissioner is not out on there, but we did just get word that Vikings pick is in. Nolan Smith is still there. Dalton Kincaid is still there. Jordan Addison. Will Levis, obviously, and his Mayo
Gates.
Hey, shout out Chad. Way to go. Ah, see, right there. They hadn't showed Hooker all night. Now they're showing him. I'm just saying he's better than Levis. At least that's my thought process. Still great color scheme. Yeah. Love this. If it had green in there, it would be Mardi Gras.
It would.
And interesting, the Saints is just gold and black. You'd think they would play on the Mardi Gras colors. They don't. They do have the Florida League. Yeah. Stetson could be a bust here. Just why? We know Stetson's not a first round pick, man.
You've already seen my reaction. You know what I think if Levis actually goes here.
It could be elite. I just wanted to see Philly trade up and get Nolan because I was so ready. I don't know what happened with the graphic there, but I was hype for that.
Ooh, Tracy Porter Jr. would be lovely.
That would be sick.
Or Joey Porter Jr., sorry.
I would love Hendon Hooker right here. I would be okay with Stetson right here. But we all know that's not going to happen. Pretty much any quarterback that's not Will Levis. Okay, we got else starting to mosey on out. Michael Vick, okay. You're funny, huh? You're so funny. Jordan Addison from USC.
Wide receiver.
So they go wide out.
Well, they were looking for somebody to get across from Justin Jefferson.
No.
I think this was a reach, but...
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a reach. They could have traded and got some value out of that. The wide receivers started going, and then that's what happened. So, agree, disagree as a Vikings fan? What do we...
Yeah. Like I said.
Oh, no, the Hawks lost to the Celtics.
No, I'm not like... I'm not heartbroken by it because we did need another wide receiver. But I do think that I would rather have seen them trade back and get some more value out of it. And I think they were working on it. I think that's what took so long to get the pick in. But
Jaguars right here could definitely take a tight end. Because I think, Ingram's still on a 1-year deal?
Well, Ingram right now is just franchise tag. They're supposed to work on him a long-term deal, but nothing's been put through yet. And they trade their pick.
To the Giants. The Giants have moved up. Oh, please don't take Nolan. Giants, Will Levis, right here. After putting dollars in Daniel Jones. Dallas is going to draft Levis. That would be hilarious, Ben. Jags need linemen on both sides. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But so now, the Giants definitely go Levis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I think with what they paid Danny, I don't think they need. Do they have a backup? Because Danny's young.
I don't think so. I don't remember who the backup
They could
is.
be. I would love to see Levis's face if he goes to the New York Giants. That would be very funny to me. Have we forgotten the bit? No, we haven't forgotten the bit because you tell me every single pick. So thanks. These are really good ribs, though.
Oh, yeah.
Underrated. What, John? What happened?
160 and 240 to move up one spot.
Giants are going to giant.
So
watch this make no sense.
Well, I mean, it's obviously somebody that they were really wanting. Yeah, so there's not going to be a wide receiver.
Could be Mayer.
I don't know, though, with Waller now.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
what was
true.
with Waller, and what was that kid name that they had last year? I don't remember his name. But
those are delicious.
And they've got, yeah, I'm kind of with Nick. O-line or defense?
Hey, but why would you trade up to go one spot to go get another line?
I don't know.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Might be a defender that they really like.
If it's Nolan.
I could see it being either Nolan Smith or Brian Breesy out of...
Yeah, Brian Brees. It could be Branch.
Was it Miles Murphy's another one out of Clemson? True. They traded up. What was it?
Yeah, that's right.
Was it Chicago that traded up to get? No, it was Arizona. Arizona traded up to get Paris Johnson Jr. Right, the one from Ohio State.
Paris Johnson. But was that one spot? Did they only go up one spot?
I don't know.
That's cornerback. Brian Brees would be side. Yeah, I like Brian Brees here.
That's what I was thinking.
The safety out of Alabama would also be. I think you could move.
Yeah, Branch.
I think Branch would be a good one, but I think Branch would also be a good fit in at the Jags.
Yeah.
This is 24, and there's Jacksonville, and then it's Dallas.
Yep.
Hey, Dallas, don't you want Will Levis? I like Brian Brees right here. That would make the trade make sense. I'm really interested to see who Cincinnati picks. That Cincinnati pick is going to be very interesting to me.
Yeah.
See where the Saints want to go. But the most interesting one left to me, can Nolan Smith make it all the way to 30?
I mean, Nolan Smith may fall into the second round. I hope not for him, but
Well, if he goes to 30, Philly's right there.
well then,
I'd be shook. But I think the person the most jittery is definitely
Will Levis.
Will Levis. Dallas might take Nolan. God, I hope not. Sorry, Dallas fans. Not a big fan of the Cowboys.
I think they
Not
go,
a big fan of.
I think they go offensive lineman. They had one guard last year that was just trash.
Yeah, true.
So
See, I just think Dallas goes tight end. They need tight end.
they let Schultz walk in free agency. That's who the Texans signed. They saw Dalton Schultz, I think.
So that's what I'm saying. So you let him walk because he's older. Go get you Mayer. Go get Kincaid.
Oh.
That's where I'm kind of thinking Dallas is going to go.
Yeah.
And look at. Only the trade makes sense. No offensive weapons stuff. That's true. A lot of the offensive weapons, I think more than we thought of at the end of last week's podcast, have went. Because we said, this probably won't happen because a lot of the weapons are gone. There's going to be a ton of offensive tackles gone, and there hasn't really been.
Who was the top-rated running back behind Gibbs? Do you know?
That I don't know. Hey, John, do you know who the top-rated running back on the board is now?
Because I was going to say, with cutting Ezekiel Elliott and only having Pollard, who's going to be coming back from an ACL injury, it would be a very Jerry Jones thing to do to go get a running back.
There's a chasm between Gibbs and everything. True.
No, I agree, but it wouldn't. I mean, it would be a very Jerry Jones thing.
Kitty Mack, but Kitty Mack is looking at like 4th, 5th round.
Yeah.
The other back out of Texas. Okay, so Roger Goodell is up there. Traded.
Deontay Banks, cornerback, Maryland.
So, Deontay Banks, the cornerback.
Oh, so that
made sense.
Yeah.
Rashad Johnson.
Okay.
So, they traded up to go get Deontay Banks, which I guess they thought Jackson was going to go after.
Yeah, well, it's like what Nick was saying. I think either Nick or John one pointed out in the chat that both Jacksonville and New York both need some defensive back help. So, if they were scared the Jaguars were going to take him,
and they like him more, I guess.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have picked it to be him. That was interesting.
Right.
Out of Maryland. But, okay.
Yep.
That was a dirty little pick right there.
Watching the Jaguars trade again.
Really? Jaguars trade pick
to the Bills.
Okay, the Bills now have a pick. They have traded. I guess the Jags are just not worried about anything right now.
Well, the Jags have a pretty solid team, so
let's go, Chad.
If they can continue to build, I mean.
So what are the Bills going to go after? Shout out to DeMar Hamlin, who was cleared for play.
Shout out number 3. He's
so way to go, man.
Football activity, yeah.
That's awesome. Way to go. Glad to see him back on the field. Shout out.
Yes, Will Levis would make a great backup for Josh Allen.
That would be. That'd be sick. Big celebration for who just got picked for Banks. He was at home, surrounded by friends and family. Shout out to Banks. Congratulations, buddy. You are now in the NFL. Way to go. The Bills right here trading in. I love to go think, but with Levis slipping, would you trade up to get it? John the Stone, did the Bills have a first-round pick here? Yeah, I like Brees here for sure.
Breesy
The Bama safety would be great. Ryan Branch is.
Yeah, but in that division they're in, I'd like to see Porter go too. Because, like y'all were talking about, I mean, there are just so many wide receivers in that division that's just, it's sickening, honestly. I mean,
Darrelle Revis would be an elite pick right there.
Oh.
See, man, we're joking about Stetson at every pick. Yeah, the Bills were 27, so I'm sure they gave up 27.
Okay, the 27 pick.
So 27 to 25.
So they moved up 2 spots.
So Buffalo, then Dallas, and then Jacksonville. And who knows, but Jacksonville may trade out again and just stack picks on the back end of the draft. Second tight end here. Knox is solid, but more weapons wouldn't hurt. I agree. Knox was not, because I drafted Knox in fantasy and did not live up to what he was supposed to.
27 and 130 for 25.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's why Jacksonville did that.
I was about to say, I wouldn't be upset with that.
I
mean,
would. Don't go to the
be
Bills.
the second. I was about to say, they took James Cook last year, so.
I know. The Bills pick is in, so we're just waiting on Roger Goodell to get out there and talk a little bit. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm not going to be surprised if Nolan goes.
No.
Outside of Levis, who's the best player on
Buffalo, Dallas, Jacksonville, Philadelphia, Kansas City.
Jacksonville, Philly's 30.
Yeah, but Jacksonville moved back to
27.
Oh, no, it's 27.
So we're at 25, and 26 is Dallas.
Okay, 25, 26, 27.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure Dallas doesn't get him. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if people are trying to trade up to get it. I still think Dallas is very much a tight end looking like.
No, Brock Bowers stayed for his junior year.
Yeah, no, Brock is still the only tight end that came out of Georgia is Big Darnell Washington, Big O. But Bowers will stay for next year. That's right, Nick. None more solid than Stetson. I love the pick. It's awesome.
Deontay Banks isn't available. Y'all got to update your stuff.
Well, for sure. Mel being dumb. Joey Porter. Absolute beast. Yes, Brock Bowers will be a first-round pick, if not a top 5. Like, that kid's special.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers is so good.
Yep. He's gonna have to get bigger though to play in the NFL.
Yes. Will Levis's girlfriend just waved at the camera because they're still in the green room waiting to hear his name called.
Wow.
They're still talking about Levis. At this point, I just want somebody to pick Levis so we can stop talking about Will Levis.
Yeah, no, I don't see anybody.
Is it another team I see for Levis? Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, unless somebody trades up just to take him, but I don't know why you would do that. I mean, get him for cheaper in the second round.
Yeah. That reminds me of a bomb pop.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly kind of what it tastes like.
Yeah, I don't like the bomb pop primes either.
It's a fizzy bomb pop.
The green primes are like my go-to.
Wow.
Those are. Isn't that Mel Kiper?
Yes.
He's just talking at this point.
That's all he does, man.
Don't sleep on the orange prom. I do not. I do love the orange prom. It is really good. The blue prom is good. I actually ended up going over to the energy drinks at the prom, and those are pretty good too.
See, I don't think that Now, have you tried the new Gatorade energy drinks?
No, that seems like there's a lot of sugar.
They work. It's only 20 calories.
Yeah, low calorie drinks. Let's do this.
But no, they work.
Yeah, so does C4. Those things are terrifying.
Dude, no, C4 is, God, I thought my
Prime
heart
is
was
disgusting.
gonna beat
Y'all
on
wild.
my
Just say you
chest.
don't like coconut water, and you are very correct.
Dalton Kincaid, first tight end off the board.
Wow, not Mayer. I did not expect the Bills to go tight end,
Hey.
but that is a great pick for them.
So both their tight ends now are DK? You got Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid.
Only you would think that.
What?
I mean, I love it. It's a hell of a video game. Donkey Kong. But no, this kid has got great hands. I watched him in the Pac-12 championship. Interestingly enough, beat USC twice.
Wow.
And this, he just turned it on. Kincaid has great hands, understands route running ability very well, and is a really tough kid. And I'm not trying to like joke around about the Pac-12 or trash them or anything, but you don't talk about a lot of physicality.
True.
When you talk Pac-12, but that Utah team comes up and they hit you in the mouth. And
that quarterback was awesome.
The quarterback from Utah last year was insane. I think this is a great pickup for the Bills.
Yeah.
But that makes me think that the Bills were worried that Dallas is going to go tight end. Why else would you trade up ahead of Dallas if you think the defender is going to be right there? I'm not saying there's not any good players out of the Pac-12. Yeah. I've said that wasn't. I just said when you look at physicality, we don't talk about it as much as you do with Big Ten, Iowa, Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, Alabama, even Kentucky. So, but I love Dallas. Dalton Kincaid right there. I think he's a really great athlete, and the Bills got them a good one with that pick.
Oh, yeah. No, dude. Aaron Rodgers sat in the green room for freaking ever. He thought he was going to be top, like the number one pick, and it ended up being Alex Smith.
Well, that and wasn't Brady like a 6th round pick?
Brady was number 199 overall.
Yeah, so, I mean.
Yeah. Brady had 6 quarterbacks go ahead of him in his draft, and only one of them ever played in a playoff game.
How do you know that?
What?
What an obscure fact here. Love it. The Encyclopedia Jritt coming at you again.
Well, Chad Pennington was the only quarterback that came ahead of him that was any good.
Good Lord. I say one thing. I just said overall we don't. Good Lord, y'all sticking to this one thing.
I'm not really sure how long Dak's contract is. I think he signed an extension the year that he got hurt, which was the year before last.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
Wasn't that 8 years? I think he's still on the hook for like 5.
I think he's got 3 years left, maybe. I don't remember for sure.
So I'm not saying there's not good players in the Pac-12. There are good players in the Pac-12.
They have potential out after this season. Okay, but he's under contract technically for a couple more years, right?
Okay, John the Stone, let's go.
Well, yeah, I mean, they put that in there because of his injury history.
What? He's never been injured? What are we talking about?
Yeah, and Tua's never been concussed.
Bro, jeez.
Sorry. Sorry.
We care about the players. I swear to God, we do.
Sorry, that was uncalled for.
Dallas,
I apologize.
No, it's just not Tua's fault, and it's definitely part of the helmets.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm with Nick. I think Mayer goes right here. Yeah. So sorry, Chad. I was wrong. The tight end did go, and you might have a little windfall of tight end a little bit. I think Mayer goes right here. I'm with Nick on this one.
Yeah, Mayer, I was going to say. He'd still be $62 million against the cap. Good Lord.
Dude, John the Stone is stressing me out over here.
That was a lot.
You are stressing me out, bro. That is rough. But shout out Chad, who said, hey, tight ends might go, bro. And honestly, it would be more surprising if Dallas doesn't go tight end right here than if they did.
Yeah, because they lost Elliott and Schultz.
And they don't have a tight end there to take that spot.
No.
So they don't have an out. Yeah, no, they really don't have an out. I think. Well, technically yes, but actually no. I love that. Can I steal that? Well, technically yes, but actually no. I love that verbiage. Way to go, bro. Wordplay.
You say if they cut him this year, he costs more than $80 million towards the cap.
That's insane. That's insane.
Ridiculous.
By the way, how are the Falcons' cap space looking with all the stuff in free agency?
I still think they did pretty good.
They
didn't overpay for really anybody, I don't think.
$89 million. Good Lord. Hey, Nick, by the way, that short that we made when I was filming in South Alabama, and we did that podcast, and it was like, Jerry Jones doesn't care about winning. That has actually been viewed over 10,000 times now. So it's very apparent that people like people trashing Jerry Jones.
Have just under $13 million in cap space, though.
That's still good with what all they did.
Yeah. With all the help they got in free agency, I mean, that's impressive.
The pick is in. They're not trading.
What's next? Jacksonville,
Cincinnati, and that's the one I'm really looking forward to right here at the end of the draft. Oh no! I did a dumb. Who said what?
Bears are tops with $36 million.
Lots of cash to trade for Chase Young.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are we saying
Yeah.
the Falcons signing one? Because I would love to see D Hop in a Falcons jersey.
I ain't gonna trade for Hopkins. It would be lovely, but that ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna get
That would be
kind of capital.
amazing. Man, I'm in a mess over here. Sorry, everybody.
Yep.
So what wideout, Nick? Who do we see? Because apparently it's not going to be D Hop. I think Michael Mayer right here makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. D Hop's already said he wants to be. He would like to go to the Bills or the Chiefs. Can you imagine Hopkins across the field from Diggs?
No, but I could definitely see it in Kansas City. That would be disgusting.
Ugh.
I'd have to look. Okay, that's cool. You ain't got to worry about it.
Would be.
It is. What time is it? 11:18. We've been going for 3 hours. Hey, thanks for sticking with us for 3 hours, everybody. We got 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. So there's 6 picks left.
Yeah.
One of these is already in. That dude has a neon Dallas star.
Yeah. No, that's.
I like Jalen Hyatt. So that would not be a terrible look.
Hyatt would be.
Because he is fat. Good Lord, he's quick.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Hyatt would be a great pick.
Slow dancing in the draft room, man. That's right, Chad. They are doing that.
Smith. Mozzie.
Why is he shirtless?
All of them have been shirtless, just about.
Oh. I'm not paying attention.
Mozzie.
So a defensive tackle out of Michigan.
Oh.
Who couldn't stop Georgia 2 years ago and couldn't stop TCU last year. So, okay. Jerry Jones is an interesting person.
Julio Jones is available.
Julio! Would he come back to Atlanta, though? That'd be kind of cool. A little bit of a homecoming thing.
Guess it depends on if he considers Desmond Ridder an elite quarterback or not.
So, no.
All right, so that's a good defensive tackle pickup for them.
I think you're being nice.
I mean,
that's okay. You can be. Oh, it's just Jacksonville trade back out again. Here we go.
I think they finally make a pick.
And I'm not trashing Michigan players. It's just well, it's not been proven yet. Not proven. Stetson's won more football games in the last 2 years than Ridder has.
Hey, Ridder will go down in history as a legend. Ridder is the only He's the only Falcons quarterback in the last 12 to 15 years to get a win against Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Because Brady kind of owned the Falcons like it was almost like sad. I ate more donuts this past year than my nephew. What's your point? Were they Krispy Kreme?
Falcons country, let's ride.
Let's ride, man.
Like
but were they Krispy Kreme, John? Because I would suck them through my face. They're delicious. If they're hot donuts, there's nothing better than a hot Krispy Kreme donut. Duh. That's right. We don't eat trash donuts around here.
Let's read
you, Duncan.
Ridder.
Oh, so Jacksonville's on the clock. They got 5 minutes left. And then it's Cincinnati. And then New Orleans. The old Saints. Seeing what they can do. The Falcons country. Let's read it.
Oh.
Falcons country. Let's read it. Did that work, Ben? Is that good for you, buddy? Because I remember that coming out last year after that massive trade. Broncos country. Let's ride. Can we do it with a little more emphasis? Broncos country. Let's ride.
God, have you seen that one? Have you seen that one TikTok of that one short of that dude pretending to be Russell Wilson and explaining the playbook? He's just like, Broncos country.
Let's ride.
Broncos country.
Let's ride. Oh man, I can't think of, because the Rams had a tough Super Bowl hangover. I get it, but Denver's season last year was so rough.
Hey, Jarvis Landry still got
wheels.
I was about to say,
I'd be okay with either one of those three, honestly. Panthers, Texans, Colts, Raiders, Titans, Bucks, Falcons, Patriots. What, John?
Will Levis went on 8 top 30s visits.
Oh.
So the Panthers passed, the Texans passed, the Colts passed, the Raiders passed, the Titans passed, Bucks. Everybody on that list is already picked, and every one of them passed.
I wonder. What podcast was talking about Levis not going that high because he wasn't that good?
Don't play with me. I would take him in the 8th round. Well, no, probably not 8th. Probably 12th.
Dude, I pick him up in the 4th. I love Jarvis.
Hey.
Oh, but that's right. Ritter's throwing to him. Never mind. Trash. But yeah, man, I would be okay with either one of those three, honestly. I think the Falcons are going to look at a weapon in the 3rd round. Outside of Bijan, we know what they did. Jaguars pick is in, so we're just waiting on that announcement. Yeah. And I don't know how you feel about Jonathan Stone trashing you in fantasy. You finished last one season, and everybody talking trash.
I didn't even finish last year.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was second to last.
Second to last. Who was last?
I don't know. I was second last, though. I remember that.
Ritter is trash, says the man who thinks Stetson's getting trash. I mean, I can be right about something and wrong about something at the same time. Ritter's not the quarterback of the future. I've been saying it since they drafted him.
One man's trash is another man's Ritter. Sorry.
Savage. But again, thanks for hanging with us, guys. It's been 3 hours. It's been a fun 3 hours.
And I'll give it to Ritter. I don't know of another quarterback at that time that could have taken Cincinnati as far as he did, because Cincinnati went way beyond what they should have gone.
What? You're talking about the college. I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about with the Bengals? What? But no, he did great at Cincinnati. He didn't beat Georgia, but
he didn't play Georgia. Did he play Georgia there? No, he played Alabama.
We played Alabama then, but we had them in the Sugar Bowl.
True.
Don't talk about Levis like that. Sorry. I just talked about Levis like that in the last 2 podcasts.
Let's see. Who was Jaguars taking here?
Yeah, who are they going to take? It came in my ear, and they're like, oh, Jacksonville traded back. And I was like, they traded back a 3rd time? But no, they were just recouping. And now there is a different girl sitting on Will Levis's lap.
Here comes the selection. An offensive tackle or defensive tackle?
Anton Harrison, offensive tackle.
Yep.
So they take an offensive tackle.
6'4", 315.
Dadgum, 6'4.5", 315. That's a big dude.
So they're getting protection for.
He pulled pancaked somebody on the first one. Dadgum. Bengals are on the clock. Cincinnati, I think, is going to be a very interesting. But we're looking at.
How'd that go?
Stats aren't everything. I'm just telling you, he's not the QB of the future. I'm just telling you, he's not going to win a Super Bowl.
I think that's actually a really good pick by the Jaguars. I mean, you got to protect Lawrence. I was about to say, they've invested so much time into Trevor Lawrence. At this point, you got to give him protection.
I like it. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on the Jags, man. I think they've got a really good team. I think they can make a deep playoff run if they play their cards right.
I would like to see them get I think they signed David Johnson, either David or Duke Johnson this offseason, but I'd love to see them get another running back to kind of pair behind Etienne.
Yeah, they need just a little bit of a spill off back. But I love Doug Peterson. I love what they're doing.
Yep.
Pick is in for Cincinnati.
Let's just say it. I mean, Doug Peterson took freaking Nick Foles and Carson Wentz to a Super Bowl victory. So
He ain't
I was
lying.
going to say, I think that's enough said for that one.
But I really like that Jags team. Now, I'm not saying can they keep up with Kansas City? Probably, if they did the right thing. Are they going to keep up with Cincinnati? Like all these perennial players that you think are going to make Super Bowl appearances.
Yes, Cincy going Levis here makes a lot of sense because it's going to be a great backup for when Burrow inevitably holds out for his contract negotiations.
Bengals pick was quick. That is true. I'm not a QB guru. That's true. I like the defensive side of the ball. But I will stand by the decision that Ritter's not going to win a Super Bowl. So
I bet you this one's Meyer or Mayer.
Yeah, they do need a tight end. I would like to see. Jamar Chase. They could go running back. Not this early. No, there's not a running back there to go this early.
There's not, like they were saying earlier, there's not another one worthy of a first-round pick.
Because they've got 28, 60, 92. I think 92 would be a good look at a running back right there.
Yeah.
Bengals pick was quick. So I guess I'm delusional. I think if you actually believe Ritter will win a Super Bowl, you're more delusional than me.
Yeah, let's see. Who all? So what was it? Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. Matt Ryan never won a Super Bowl. Phillip Rivers never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he never won one, but he damn sure lost one.
Let's see. Who else are we looking at here? I don't remember. Carson Palmer was a pretty decent quarterback. Never won a Super Bowl. Yeah,
Dan Fouts, Phillip Rivers. Yep. Shout out Phillip Rivers, man. We talked about him a couple of times.
Phillip Rivers was, yeah.
But I'm like you guys. The Bengals pick came in real quick.
True. Vic never did win a Super Bowl. McNabb came real close. He lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And the Bengals select defensive end Miles Murphy out of Clemson.
A lot of defensive going right here at the end of this round.
Oh, yeah, to end it.
Huge pickup for Cincy, who had a very underrated defense last year.
Dude, Cam Newton, that poor Cam. Cam was never the same after that Super Bowl, dude. I'm pretty sure
when he ran away from the fumble, yeah.
Von Miller broke him. Like him and DeMarcus Ware, and they broke Cam Newton in that Super Bowl. He'll never be the same again.
So New Orleans right here. I think New Orleans also terrible cap space, thought process here. Yeah. I don't really know what they need. They need a lot, I think. They need depth for sure.
A wideout would be a great thing for them because I think Olave and Michael Thomas.
Love Olave. Right now. That rookie year last year did great. Shout out to Miles Murphy out of Clemson going to Cincy. Again, a very underrated defense. You didn't have a lot of stars on that Cincy team. On the defensive side, obviously you got stars on the offensive side in Cincinnati, but they were a really good defense. You just didn't hear these, T.J. Watt, J.J. Watt, any of those kind of names. But they were really good. So I think they improved on an already top 10, top 12 defense in the league.
Yeah.
So I'm game. I like it. Clemson has lived on the defensive side of the ball because their offense has been rough sledding the past couple of years.
Yeah.
But I like the pick.
Yeah. No, you're right there, Nicky. Purdy is going to be one of the biggest question marks this year for San Francisco because Purdy, while he had a great end to the end of last year, that was it the UCL? Is that what they said in his elbow? Between that and it's going to be, whenever he does get to play, it's going to be basically starting over.
It's real interesting to see what Purdy does this coming season.
Last year, there was no game film on you. Nobody knew how to plan for you. You were Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Now there's game film.
And now they're going to know.
Yeah.
I think 5 between me, John, and Nikki P.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty
That
good.
19 pick came out of nowhere. Way to go, John and Stone. But I'm kind of proud of us. We get the first 3 picks right.
Yeah.
And we had Indy taking a QB. I just really thought it was going to be Levis. I really, really thought.
Y'all got half of the first 8 right? Because you had Bijan in the first 3.
Yeah. So half of the first 8 we had right. Shout out Opinions. Way to go, boys.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dude, Stafford was wasting away in Detroit.
Yeah. He was. Oof.
Yeah.
So the Saints are still on the clock. Got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. And I don't know if they'll trade back. I kind of don't know what the Saints are going to do here. This is interesting.
I don't know, because kind of like what you were talking about. I mean, John, that is, dude. Trent Dilfer won a freaking Super Bowl because of his defense with the Ravens. Let's see if anybody even recognizes this dude's name. Brad Johnson.
Yep, I totally know that name.
Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay when they have Warren Sapp and Derek Johnson and John Lynch. I mean,
he's calling out Eli. Ooh. Well,
Big Ben got 2.
Throwing that shade at Eli, bro.
Big Ben got 2. Eli got 2. Peyton's like, if anybody says that Peyton Manning won that second Super Bowl because of anything he did, they're lying. Peyton Manning won that second Super Bowl on the back of that Denver defense. But
I bet Jimmy G was a backup, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
He wouldn't play him.
Yeah, Russell Wilson does have. Russell Wilson's got 2, don't he? Or was it just 1?
No, he threw an interception at the wall.
Oh yeah, that's right. They threw it instead of handing it to one of the best.
You had Marshawn Lynch right there at the 1, who had ran over the Patriots the whole game. No, let's go be cute. Let's throw it.
Yep.
Oh man. So picks in for the Saints. They're getting ready. Yep. And then it's only 2 picks after that. Philly and then Kansas City. Who didn't get a pick tonight?
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins. Miami did not have a first-round pick.
Because there's actually several teams that didn't have a first-round pick, but Miami was just the one that got theirs taken away from them.
That's what I meant, because I did not know.
Yep. Because they were tampering with old Tom Brady and Sean Payton.
So cool. We've now established winning Super Bowls doesn't mean you're a good QB.
Yeah. You can be a massive game manager. Joe Flacco does have a ring.
True. He also got head sniped. I remember that. It was a late hit.
God, the one where they ripped the helmet off and tore his ear. That was terrible.
Golly, man.
That was
brutal. Saints pick is in. Please don't be Nolan Smith.
Let me think. I was about to say, Nick Foles has a Super Bowl ring. I mean,
Philly special, right?
The Philly special.
The Philly special.
And Jim Kelly and the Bills went to 4 in a row and didn't win 1.
That's so savage. I can't imagine. Dude, that has to be so demoralizing.
Yep.
Go to 4 Super Bowls straight. You're like, no, we're here again. It's like the Braves in the 90s until 95.
And 3 of them were losses to NFC East teams. I think 2 of them were to the Cowboys and 1 was to the Giants.
Well, I was going to say 2 were Dallas.
Yep.
Man, Goodell is not in a hurry for anything.
Hey, Saints select Brian Breesy, defensive tackle.
So 2 Clemson guys go back to back. 6'5" and a half, 298.
Yeah, no, he's massive.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
That's the replacement. That is David Onyemato's replacement right there, because they lost Onyemato to the Falcons in free agency. So that's exactly why they drafted that dude.
God, he's big.
Mm-hmm.
He's quick.
Yep. I know there were a lot of people that had the Falcons taking him. True. They never did win one.
Yeah. Oh, no.
They've been very close several times and just has not panned out for them.
The Eagles are on the clock. Did they take Nolan Smith?
God, if they take, like, you realize, like,
I would be so happy.
I was about to say,
I'd be so happy if they take Nolan Smith right here. Georgia has 2, Broderick Jones and
Jalen.
What's the other 2 to go out of Georgia? Clemson just tied that, going back to back right there.
Alabama's got what? Gibbs and
Bryce
and Will.
and Will.
So 3.
So 3. So they got 6 minutes. But yeah, this is a big pickup. Brian Breesy, I mean, just crazy motor. I know it's taking them forever. The TV thing's going like, come on.
6 minutes left on the clock.
So 6 minutes left, and then it is KC. But Pitt will pick tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's the first round of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow, 2 picks left.
I can't believe we've been live for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Does not feel like it has been that long.
It's going by pretty fast. I'm not going to lie about it.
So, it's been a good one. I still think the move of the draft has been Houston trading to 3.
Oh, yeah.
And getting C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson, which is crazy. See, top positions of need: edge, defensive back, inside offensive line. That edge, you can convert Nolan so easy.
I mean, it's just one of those.
See, I told you, Nick. It does Levi's every time. It's crazy to me how it does that. But yeah, Levis still there.
Levis is still there. Who's the other
3
one?
QBs went in the first round so far, but Philly's not going to take one.
Kansas City's not going to take one
QB. So, wow.
Yeah, but no, I just. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
So, yeah, Will Levis is not going to be a first-round pick, which we said.
Unless somebody trades with Kansas City or Philadelphia.
Yeah, true. And Philly is taking a long time.
Yep. It's like, I mean, Nick, is like what we were talking about. Just a lot of teams, I guess. He got a lot of hype because of his combine, but because of that game film, like, and him being injured, I was about to say, him being injured for half of his senior year did him no favors.
Yeah.
That combine tells a lot, but it doesn't show like what game film actually shows.
Yeah. And that may be what happened to Levis, too. You know, you can talk all this and have the arm strength, whatever, when they went back and looked at game film.
Well, dude, I mean, there is a noticeable difference.
Because I'm looking at Levis right now, and he is shook.
Yeah. Well, dude, Levis, during his pro day and during the combine, was a completely different person than what he was on the field.
Yeah.
Like, I think he hired a personal trainer or something because he was jacked.
Yeah, he was.
During his pro day and his.
And he was not like that at Kentucky.
Negative. But no, this is going to be. I'm very intrigued to see who Philly takes here.
If they take one, because this is taking a hot minute.
I mean, it could be that what we're talking about. Somebody maybe trading back up.
Yeah. Oh, Atlanta. Oh, Atlanta.
Atlanta trades back up for Will Levis.
This guy. No, they trade back up for Nolan Smith. But daggum, man. If Philly can get Nolan Smith right here, they may be arguing that they can't get one done and then have Nolan Smith just in their pocket.
Will Levis at home. Or you talking about Heineke? I knew you were talking about Heineke. That's just mean. Taylor Heineke is not Will Levis at home.
Well, Sanders leaves. Gardner Minshew leaves.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew is now the is now the quarterback or the. Actually,
The pick is in.
He'll be rotating with AR-15 for the Colts right now.
Yep. So the Eagles pick is in. Did not get a trade done.
Chad, I hope you're I kind of hope you're right. I'm not gonna lie about it because that would just be it'd be obscene. Like that would.
Yeah, I really hope it's Nolan right here because I got super hyped when they traded up. And yeah, that defense would be disgusting. But they're talking about a lot of secondary with Ryan Branch out of Alabama, the defensive end from Georgia Tech.
Yep.
But
yep. I was about to say, y'all might be ahead of us.
Oh yeah, y'all are definitely ahead of us if you can see it.
So okay, so that means that Nolan pick is the pick, or Nolan Smith is the pick.
Philly's winning the
Wow,
NFC. Is that for real? Did y'all
insane?
Are y'all ahead of us?
See if you can go live or see if it's.
No, I'm live.
Oh wow.
And this one's ahead.
Oh wow.
So is that for sure? Are you ahead of us and you know?
Correct. Wow.
Let's go.
That's crazy.
If y'all are lying to me, I'm going to be so mad.
That's obscene.
I'm going to have to get a Philly jersey, man. They've just got too many. Is it charging? Yeah, 13. No lies. And nobody else has said that though. You know how hype I am. I don't put it past you messing with me a little bit.
All right. Well. Hey, Mama Kelsey got that. Oh, that's cool.
Is that dude perfect? What the?
Yeah, it
is dude perfect. Well, that's dope. Cool.
Dude perfect and Mama Kelsey. That's awesome. That is a great combination.
How are you this far ahead of us? You put 2 TVs up and watch both games. That's not hard.
Wow. Jesus.
On the Eagles pick.
I agree, Jason better than Travis.
Yeah! Let's go! Dude, that defense is going to... I'm going to have to, pull for the Eagles. Let's go, Nolan.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yes. No, Jason is...
Boom! I love Nolan Smith. I love watching him play at Georgia.
Yes.
Huge fan. What is Philly? What? Yeah. This is sick. The Philadelphia Bulldogs. I love it, Nick.
Yep. Yeah, y'all just have
That's right, Chad.
the Seahawks instead of the Eagles.
Who would have thought that the Eagles would get lucky enough to go get... They got Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean last year and then fucking go... Jalen Carter. Oh. So, I'll take it as a half-point win for us that we had Carter and Nolan going to the same team. Yeah, Philly is going to be disgusting.
Ugly.
So, shout out Bro Pinions again. Word to us. I think I'm going to give us 5.5.
Both an ugly green
Both
bird.
an ugly green bird. But I'll have to pull for my boys with the Eagles now. I gotta shout out Eagles.
Yep.
Man, that was such a good pick, man. So where does Kansas City go? If I was Kansas City, I'd just trade out of this pick.
I mean,
Because unless there's a wide receiver there that you actually think that you can really. Yeah, look at it. Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith.
Yep. I still can't believe Nakobe fell to the 3rd round last year.
That was insane.
Yep. Chiefs go Stetson. Who else would you want backing up Patrick Mahomes? I mean, Stetson Bennett's the only answer.
No, at this point, I'd like Stetson to back up Jalen. Jalen Hurts, you want to back up? Let's go get with Stetson.
God, you would only watch Philadelphia games if that was the.
Yeah, I just watch Philly all day. It'd be great.
They are building quite the SEC squad, though.
Yeah, they are. Like Philly, between Alabama players, Georgia players. This is. So, what do you guys think in the comments? Do you think that Kansas City should just trade back here? Do they need anything? Is there something available that?
Yeah, because they've got one of the best Alabama quarterbacks of all time.
And, and Jalen coming back being Superman at Alabama. But huge pickup for Philly. I had no clue that he would still be there at 30. And y'all saw how excited I got when I thought they were going to trade up to go get him. But that's massive.
You fools.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. Oh, well, ESPN has him as an Oklahoma guy because he played there 1 year. He's an Alabama QB. But I don't know if Kansas City needs anything so pertinent in the first round to go after it right now.
Oh.
Yeah, go to ESPN because ESPN knows everything.
I'll borrow this for just a second. I'm curious.
No, it says Oklahoma on ESPN.
No. I'm not worried about that.
Oh.
I want to look at something.
Because they're definitely not going tight end. Like, that's not a thing.
What does the timer on your say?
Timer?
Yeah,
204.
Okay.
This is 2.
This is 157.
Jeez. So yeah, we're just gonna run over everything. So you had Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, Anthony Richardson, Witherspoon, Paris Johnson, Tyree Wilson to the Raiders at 7, Bijan Robinson to the Falcons at 8.
Yep.
9 was Jalen Carter going to Philly. They traded up to go get Jalen at 9.
Eagles.
10 was the Bears. They got picked up Darnell Wright out of Tennessee. There's Andy Reid. At 11, you got Peter Skoronsky out of Northwestern. And it looks like they're going to make a pick. They're not going to trade out of it because Andy Reid looks like he's going to the phone. Jameer Gibbs at 12 out of Alabama going to the Lions. And Lucas Van Ness out of Iowa. There was that Iowa guy I was talking about going to the Packers. Broderick Jones out of Georgia going to the Steelers.
Breaking news, Eagles have traded up to draft Uga the dog.
His new name's Boom. Will McDonald at 15 and Emmanuel Forbes out of Mississippi State at 16. The new Uga is named Boom. They retired Q. Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon went to the Patriots at 17. Jack Campbell out of Iowa went to the Lions. Mm-hmm. At 18, the Chiefs pick is in. 19 was Kaleja Cansey out of Pitt. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes to the Seahawks at 20 out of Ohio State. The final pick is coming up. Quentin Johnson, QJ, going to the Chargers, a great pick, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Zay Flowers, the Ravens definitely got sniped there out of Boston College. I'm not sure Flowers was there. Jordan Addison going to the Vikings out of USC, another sniping, I think. Deontay Banks out of Maryland going to the Giants at 24. Dalton Kincaid out of Utah going to the Bills. They traded up to go get him. Loved that pick at 25. 26 was Mozzie Smith out of Michigan, a defensive tackle. Anton Harrison out of Oklahoma, 27 at the Jags. 28 was Miles Murphy out of Clemson to the Bengals. So that was number 28. 29, Brian Breesy out of Clemson. So Clemson had back-to-back picks at 29 going to the Saints. In 30, the Eagles take Nolan Smith to pair with Jalen Carter out of Georgia. And now we've got the Kansas City Chiefs pick is in at 31, and that will wrap up round 1. Will Levis is still on the board. He's not going here. There's no way the Chiefs take Will Levis with this pick.
Yeah, no, I agree, Nick. I think that the Eagles won the first round by a long shot.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The Eagles have won the first round.
The Lions and the Texans are very close right there.
Yeah, those are your top 3. I think the Lions had a good first round. The Texans had a fantastic first round.
Yep.
But, yeah, the Eagles, sick. Man, how are you that far ahead of us?
Oh, I mean, live TV is live TV. But
well, I guess now everybody in the chat knows, but I'm going to wait until we see the pick. Thanks, Nick.
I mean, there's still a lot of talent left that was first round projected. Not to mention
for sure.
The projected top 4 pick in Mr. Levis that is still on the board.
He's still on the board. Will Levis. Dang, Nick is way far ahead of us. I mean, we're not even close to Roger Goodell walking out. So,
man, I haven't seen a quarterback fall like this though since Geno. I think.
I was going to say since Tua.
Tua didn't fall that far. Tua was still a first round pick, wasn't he?
Watch the game film.
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, it's. Come out and say, "Oh, I'm going to be first pick overall," and then not even make the first round.
I wonder how many people put money on him being the number 1 overall pick.
I don't know, but it's like a 0.0001% that he would be left in the second round, so that's crazy.
Wow.
And they have the Lombardi Trophy out.
Yeah.
So here we go. It should be a K-State edge, from what Nick said.
I mean, they do need an edge rusher. I was kind of expecting more of it to be like a Jalen Hyatt, but
yeah, I did too.
All right.
Kansas State had a good year, so go to them. And that is going to wrap up the first round, and that'll wrap us up. We've been here for a while. So 5 of you in here. So thank you guys for hanging with us for these 4 hours worth of coverage. I know this was a long one, but we sure do appreciate it. All the comments and all the fun we've had in the chat. Shout out to Chad. Shout out to Ben. Shout out Nick. John the Stone. Who else? Lee, if you're still here, shout out to you. So we were watched in Canada. Thank you, Chad.
Yep.
And we will see you guys next. We're not going to go live. Good night, Ben. And we're not going to go live for the rest of it because that is a long time to stay on YouTube. We did want to do the first round, and this worked out really well. You guys did really great in helping us out. So thank you guys. That does wrap up the first round of the NFL draft for us this year. So Fam Jam, until next time, we're out.
Good night, y'all.